whelmed.
Just one.
Alrighty, everybody. I think we are live. You know what? I believe we are live. So if you are live, welcome to Tales of Initiative, or should I say, oh, hang on, everybody. I can do this a little bit better than that. This is our opening. Come on.
Welcome to Tales of Initiative. My name is Billy, and generally I sound a little bit less, but today you're joining us for our big opening number, the launch of Tales of Initiative, campaign Uno. I am your Dungeon Master, Billy Visnall, Dungeon Master of Disaster. Today we're going to be introducing all of our fantastic characters and everybody that joined us to play today. So I'm going to let everybody have a moment to talk about themselves. After, we're going to talk a little bit about Tales of Initiative, then we're going to jump into a fantastic murder history. How does that sound, everybody? Super excited about it. Heck yeah.
Already. Nope.
All right. There we go.
Mac, no!
Alrighty. All right, you know what? Go ahead and just talk about yourselves, guys, because that button doesn't work. So, go ahead.
Well, I'm Mac. I'm one of the players here. I've joined Tales of Initiative. I look after children, and I'm a big nerd who loves D&D. Kevin.
Go for it.
My name is Kevin Meyer. I am better known for running a health and wellness community called Pure Bull Fit, where we demystify fitness and we help people live longer, better quality lives. But I am also a huge nerd, not just figuratively, but also, literally. I love this. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 35 years. So when Billy was talking about putting something together where we could actually build a community to play, I was full steam on board from day one. I love what we're planning to do with this project. So thank you for everybody who showed up and for everybody who will be joining us shortly.
Definitely.
What's up, guys? I'm Clint, better known on Twitch as Red Wendigo 13. You might know me from there. You probably don't. I don't have a lot of followers. It's cool. Follow me. Anyway, I am also a professional dungeon master and actor. I am super excited to be playing this game with this awesome group of people and kicking off what is going to be a fantastic channel on Twitch, Tales of Initiative. Cannot wait to get started, especially with these awesome nerds.
Aw.
Well, hi, I'm Ananoski. I'm here to play Dungeons and Dragons like everyone else. I'm a huge nerd. This is a huge life, major dream of mine, so it's crazy that's happening. Yeah, I'm currently at school for acting at Toronto Film School, and that's a little bit about me. Super excited to be here.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Florian or Laura, he, they pronouns. I'm really excited to be here. I'm Prince of Lilacs on TikTok. I do a lot of D&D content there. Been playing D&D since middle school when I played with my friends, and I'm really excited to be streaming in school for photography and film.
Heck yeah, everybody. I'm really glad everyone can be here. This is going to be a really fun time. I know we have been planning this for God knows how long. I think it's like 3 months at this point. So it's going to be really cool, and it's going to be a really fun time. So I hope you guys are excited for a really good murder mystery, and I hope you enjoy the ride. So let's all get into this fantastic adventure together, shall we?
Oh, let's start off at the beginning. So, oh boy, I'm so excited. Let's get into it. Alrighty, everybody. Oh, look at this beautiful JPEG that I brought to you guys. That doesn't format correctly. Okay. All of you started off in the adventure of a lifetime, having great times across the continent of Alseria. All of you have gone on vast, crazy adventures. Your lives have taken wild turns from all over the continent. But all of you have had one thing in common during your entire time on the continent of Alseria, and that is you all met or know the Dragonborn named Norrutus. Norrutus is a lovely, lovely man of many different flavors. Some of you know him as a great, awesome Dragonborn. Some of you know him as the worst scum you've ever met in your entire life. But one thing that you all have in common is he recently sent you a letter out of the blue. You have not had contact with him in ranging from 1 to 10 years. Some of you haven't seen him in even longer than that. But the letter doth read, "My dear friend, you are cordially invited to an elegant wedding ceremony taking place on Kython 20, 1350 DR, at the luxurious Gallerina Manor. I request you to join me as I take the hand of Eris, of the well-connected Gallerina family, into the sacred scheme of marriage. Your blessing and approval during this ceremony, of all ceremonies, will bring true delight to mine and my fair maiden's journey. Mark my words, this will be an event that will change your life forever. Forever yours, Norrutus, champion of Krakens." All right. Now we're gonna center in on you guys all arriving. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Let me fix it for y'all real quick.
Y'all arrive. No crazy voice anymore.
I was going to say, if you really wanted me to narrate, you did that.
Kevin could do the entire thing for us. I got you. Starting at the beginning, you guys all have gotten your invitations. You all are on your way to this event. Many of you don't know the exact reason you're going. Many of you haven't really had a lot of time in Norrutus, but most of you came to the decision that he wouldn't send this message to you unless it was for something important, or it was something that he seen in you, or just, that you guys were friends. We're going to center down on a small little house on the outside of a giant fenced off area. On the other side of the fenced off area is presumably where you guys are going to be attending this beautiful wedding. We're going to start with green grass all over the place. You guys are pulling up on a gravel road. On the right side is this small little butler's quarters. Inside of it is there's windows on all sides right now. And you guys can just see it is completely empty and barren. There's nothing inside. There's just chairs all over the place. It is an empty waiting room, and you guys cannot get past the big old fence that is separating you from what you assume is the manor that is climbing very high off in the distance. There is nobody around. It seems like right now every car that you would assume would be here for this caravan or carriage that would be here for this glorious event is nowhere to be found. And it just looks like a deserted ghost town right now. All of you just arrive sitting or, walking up to this butler's quarters. Again, nobody is there. Just the 5 of you arrive at the same time. And all of you enter. And you guys are all sitting on the inside waiting. If you would like to take this time before we go any further to explain your characters, we can start in the order list that we have. Kevin, if you would like to start with your character first.
Sure. I am playing Tanric Grimeheddle, a curmudgeon-y, cantankerous forest gnome who is, unlike many of his brethren, he does not have an exuberant or boisterous or joyful demeanor. He seems reserved. He seems grumpy perpetually. He's dressed in cold grays and blues. He has a small hat that covers his long black hair and a well-groomed beard. He has a serious expression and a critical eye, which he is currently using to regard every other person here and the barren environment he finds himself in. If we all enter, he'll enter last.
I'm going to be playing Emerald Mossret, who is this beautiful high elf woman, dressed in beautiful green silks. Definitely a little inappropriate for a wedding, a little bit low cut, big white stole, big green emerald right on her breast. And she is giving everyone little smiles, but a little wave if she thinks she recognizes someone, definitely fluffing her pink hair that's set in nice waves. And she'll probably enter first if we go in.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing Leaf Esme. He is a young-looking satyr wearing a like big red cloak and clothes that don't look like they're fitting for a wedding at all. Not fancy, very nature inspired. Lots like his clothes are green, but he's got the big red cape, and his trousers only come just above his knees, and then he's got his satyr legs just out. He's got this light tail that's wagging like a happy dog constantly as he's skipping up to the manor. Really excited, big-eyed, looking at everything going on like he's never seen any of this kind of stuff.
Greetings and salutations. You have the pleasure of meeting Leaf on the Autumn Wind, better known as Autumn, the great soothsayer.
He is a tall tabaxi, brown fur with one crystal blue eye and one completely white eye. No sclera, no iris, anything, just entirely white. He carries with him and is constantly shuffling a black and silver Taroka deck, which has a wine stain on it. And he's just constantly shuffling it and looking it around with a massive smile.
Cool. I am playing Rix Norwood. She is I am a half-orc barbarian. I'm kind of looking around, like looking for opportunities, kind of. Very, not cynical, but cautious. I have reddish brown hair. I have pretty deep red eyes with like my green skin. She has a kind of haunting demeanor, and you can tell she's always thinking of something in her head, whether it's good or bad. So, yeah, and that's Rix for you.
All right. As you guys enter this exorbitantly small waiting room, it's not very big. It looks like it basically looks like it wasn't designed to hold all of you people inside. It's a small brick and mortar little glass building. You do smell the smell of coffee, like somebody was just there, somebody just brewed a cup of coffee. Whoever did brew that cup of coffee is no longer there. And you guys do see that there is a back door that does lead like through the fence. So assumably whoever was there previously just left, and they may or may not be on their way back at the moment. As you guys are sitting inside, you guys do like slowly hear off in the distance a small sound of approaching footsteps from a horse that is on its way coming your way. It is not here yet, though. It is a little off in the distance, so you guys still have a little bit of time if you would like to talk, or if anything you want to do in between.
From what direction is the horse approaching? The direction
It is coming
or down
from the manor, towards the gate that is separating you from the manor right now.
And the coffee, does it smell it has just been freshly brewed, like we just missed the individual?
Yes, you just missed it. From what you can tell, you just missed him. He just left moments ago. Even like looking around, you could see stuff is like freshly shuffled. Like maybe he was just looking through, or whoever it was just looking through papers moments ago. And now they are, assumably, that may or may not be them on their way back now.
Tanric appears to be occupying himself with investigating, actively and obviously investigating the room. Overturning things, if there's a small object, he's picking it up and looking under it as if he half expects to find something. His expression is certainly perpetually suspicious.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Everybody else in the room with the same expression.
What are you looking for?
Well, I don't know if you got the same invitation I did, but this fits my experience with Norrutus.
Oh.
Apparently there are dragons here as well.
As you guys see, a dragon plummets directly above your head and flies directly towards the mountains. Wild! You've never seen anything like that in your entire lives. Majestic.
Wow, that's big.
Oh.
And my experience with Norrutus being nothing is on the level, and nothing is as it seems.
Have you ever thought he just wants you here just because?
It could be that he has no friends. I would
That
accept
Exactly.
Seems too
But
simple of
one
an
with a
answer.
story as interesting as Norrutus would of course invite us for something more interesting, and
And then at this point, Autumn leans forward a little bit to Tanner.
And someone with a story as interesting as yours. That is a brain I would like to pick. And I mean no offense, but you sound like such an interesting individual, and stories are my currency, you see.
Are you wanting us to give you a moment? I mean, I can wait outside if you need.
You're quite strange for a small one, but I am sure your story is interesting as well. I do not require privacy for the exchange of stories, and I would be happy to share my own. After all, this is a transaction.
No, a transaction involves two interested parties, and I can assure you I am not interested in the least.
Then I will press no further.
As you guys are having this this conversation, you guys hear outside the footsteps of the horse stop, and you smell like that scent of coffee that you did just smell, like the one that was just like full of the room, the one that Kevin is drinking currently, the one that was like enveloping the entire room, starts to get a little bit stronger as you hear like somebody kind of hop off the horse on the outside, and you hear like actual regular footsteps walking back towards the door. You guys see this wooden door just like pop open, and you see this this kind of older gentleman looking goblin. He is holding a coffee cup in his hand, kind of shaking it a little bit. And dragons are still fighting us constantly. But as that all happens, you see this like he's got black short hair that's kind of like very like groomed and prepped. He's wearing a small little like business, kind of like what I'm wearing right now, except minus the red tie with the black tie. Probably the same height as me too, you jerks. And like 5'6", 5'7". It's actually 5'7". But
that's a tall goblin.
That is a very tall goblin.
Tails is done. We're canceling it.
What
Over
a short
Tails.
man.
God, I hate this already. But
You brought that on yourself, Billy. None of us said anything.
This goblin man is taking a sip of coffee, and you see him kind of look back up, and he like spills his coffee a little bit. Goes, I didn't think anybody would show here today.
Well, we got invitations.
For the wedding, yes. May I see the invitations that you've brought?
I'll hand him mine.
Removes it from her dress where she's tucked it in and just pops it over.
He gathers some of these invitations. May I get the invitation from you as well, sir? The man with the raised eyebrow, that's me.
We were invited here. You, well, that remains to be seen. Everything else already is out of order. Would you care to identify yourself before you demand we demonstrate documentation or paperwork? Lest we confuse this for another sort of occasion.
This is very odd for somebody who walked off the premises moments ago, but yes, I am the Steward Leland of the House of Gallerina. I am their head butler, and I attend to their dailies. Now, may I ask why you are raising a brow at somebody who has just previously walked back from the Gallerina family's area?
Just because of who I am, I would like to make an insight check on that, if
Absolutely.
that's okay.
Go ahead.
Right. 1 moment, please.
Would you like a list of reasons in alphabetical order, or
that would be a 20. 20 insight.
You look at this goblin man. He is definitely like, he seems nervous about something. He doesn't seem like he's like necessarily hiding something, but he does seem like something is on his mind that is occupying everything going on. Like he's completely enveloped in the situation at hand. But he's also a little off-put looking at all of you right now. Like you can very much tell he is not comfortable around the lot of you at the moment. But yeah, as he's doing so, he goes, well, if you're here for the wedding, you may board the carriage and we will take you up to the manor if that is okay. And then he points down at Tanric and goes, is that okay with you too, sir? Or would you like to wait here?
No, I was wondering if you planned on introducing yourself and then explaining why you would feign, which it appears to be, sir, feign confusion why we might be suspicious. Hands over the invitation. Oh, wait, sorry. I've even got my camera pointing down for you, Billy. We were going to bring up the short thing.
Listen, man, I wasn't gonna, but I felt like it would
you
roll.
did.
It's okay.
You did.
I hand him the top of the invitation. It's just got like the title of it, as I've used the rest for firewood in my hometown.
Sir, you're missing the other half of your invitation.
Well, we needed something to start the fire.
You burned the other half of your invitation.
Well, I needed to start the fire, or we would have went cold.
Autumn is going to do two things. He is going to start to shuffle his deck back and forth between his hands, and then he's going to grab a card, flip it around, and it's the invitation. He's going to hand it, and then he's going to cast Minor Illusion on Leaf's invitation and say, "No, I think you must have been mistaken. The whole invitation is there."
Roll me a deception check. That's why. That's way too
Okay,
high. I need something.
All of you hear strange whispering as I use guidance on myself. So it is this plus a d4. Wow. Hold on just a second. So grand total of 25 deception.
Oh.
Wow. Your wonderful invitation was never ripped to begin with. That is very grand. That it looks like it is brand new again.
It was clearly a mistake. It's not a problem.
That is on me. I do humbly apologize to you. It has not been okay ever since the whole wedding and everything going on right now. It has been very taxing on everybody involved at the manor. But
has the wedding been a problem?
Just the attitudes flaring there would be the problem. Less of the setup itself. Because good old Leland, I make sure that my events are set up very well. But I will say it is very nice to see some acquaintances of Norrutus showing up. I assume you would be the first 5, so this is fantastic.
Interesting.
But if you would like to follow me, I will open the fence and we may board the carriage, and I will take you to the manor if you guys are okay with this.
I jump on.
Yep.
You see, he looks down at Tanric one more time too, though. It goes, "Are you still investigating? Are you coming to actually enjoy what the cool kids say, shindig?"
I don't think the cool kids say that.
I imagine I'll be enjoying it as much as you are, but I'm annotating, to be specific. And he boards as he's writing.
Does he always walk off writing?
I couldn't tell you.
This is the first I have met him, so I do not know.
Also,
Fair
don't use the word shindig again. Cool kids don't say that.
What do you mean they don't say that? Yes, they do. Yes,
They don't know.
No.
I've never said that in my life.
And he's not even a cool kid.
Oh, but he did
That's the
magic.
last time I covered for you, you tiny little goat man.
Wow.
I don't think we need to add racial insensitivities to the mounting list of problems that this day is going to present ourselves. Allow him his quaint little colloquialisms and maybe continue.
Are you expecting problems today?
Norrutus is involved. I imagine the problems are already underway.
So you know Norrutus very well. Good. Let us board this carriage, and I will take you to the manor to see all of the festivities we have planned. And he walks over to the big gate, and you see everybody who has a passive perception above, I would say 11, notices that as he's unlocking the gate, you guys see what seems to be like a magical lock in the front of the gate. You see him stick a key into it. He turns it, and it like kind of opens up. You see like a big aura of like blue energy kind of like come off of this lock, and the 2 doors like slide open. On the other side of this wonderful giant metal gate is a horse and carriage, presumably the one that you've seen or heard rolling up as you guys were sitting in the waiting room. He walks over to the carriage, the back of the carriage, and he pops it open for you guys to get in. And he goes, "Your journey awaits." And he
I jump straight in.
All right. And he just kind of stares back at you. Another clue, sir. Is there something suspicious about a horse and a carriage?
There's something suspicious about a butler who's not expecting guests to an event that he is organizing himself, to a person who I wouldn't trust as far as I can throw him. And I assure you, sir, my physical size is an indicator of how short a distance that is.
This is going to get exhausting.
The carriage is clean.
I woke up tired.
I'm horrified. Great.
Do you have any more of that coffee? It seems like our friend could use it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. He's just kind of like a little trembly, like walks to the front of the carriage and pours like a little cup and brings it back. And goes, "Would this make your day a little bit better, sir?"
I find it incredibly unlikely.
Wow, a real ray of sunshine. Okay. Well, I will get the horses primed and prepped, and we will be on our way. And as he kind of walks around to the front, you see him like get to where the horses are at. He kind of gets in the carriage seat. You see him prime the reins, and as he makes sure everybody is aboard, you all are aboard, right? Like I'm not just taking off without everybody.
Yeah.
Tanric's gone. He ran. He's like,
Tanric is walking all the way to the house. He doesn't
He's
care.
walking the perimeter right now. No, he got on board.
As soon as Emerald settles down into the carriage, like takes a long sigh and then pulls like again out of her dress, like a whole flask and then takes a long swig and offers it up to Tanric.
He apparently does not notice studiously. As the carriage is departing once through the gate, Tanric would like to surreptitiously throw a small object, a pebble, something in the direction above the gate, in the air above it.
As you throw the pebble above it, nothing happens. It goes right through. Sails right past it. But Tanner, can you roll me a perception check really quickly?
Certainly. So I apologize. First time using D&D Beyond, I just pressed the button.
Oh yeah, you can do that, or if you got a dice too, whichever works. Whatever is your fancy, guys. I don't mind either way. I like my dice.
23.
23. Tannic, you chuck that pebble, and you do notice that like two archery bolts like shoot past it, and you notice that the lawn, the green lawn, is like there are archers on this lawn. And they seen that pebble, and two of them immediately took fire, like as soon as they seen that go in the air.
What do these archers look like?
They look like they are dressed in tuxedos. They are all lined up in like little kind of like huts on these green lawn. Like as you guys are going further like towards the manor that is like up this like cliff, there are little like security huts along the sides. And these security guards have basically bow. Like two of them that you can see have bows. But out of all the huts, these are the only two like people you can see in them right now. There's one on your left side and one on your right side as you go.
So for a moment when that happens, the white eye in Autumn's head flashes and it goes, "You're right. This is much more exciting than I thought it would be."
Interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't put the horse walking sound on. So now we're good.
Unacceptable. Oh
my bad. That is my bad.
It's our maiden voyage. Something's got to crash and burn.
Yeah, no worries. That's where it breaks. But as you guys are walking, you notice like it slowly is going up the cliff. You're walking down a gravel road. You can hear the crunch of the gravel on the foot's hoofs as it moves forward. It's a clear summer day. Like the skies are beautifully blue. You did see a dragon recently. That is long gone. There are trees lining these green lawn grasses. The smell of like what you seem to smell is like barbecue, mixed with like the smell of like the vanilla from like what you assume is everybody kind of like putting on their best colognes and their best perfumes, trying to really impress. It's still a little bit off, but you guys are making your way up there towards this what you see is best described as this like old, for purposes of explanation, Victorian-esque manor that is ahead of you. It's very brick laid. You do see nice hedges along the front sides. There's 2 big double doors. You're still a little bit out. You can't make out everything on the front of this manor yet, but you do recognize that this is potentially the place you're having the wedding at, Gallerina Manor.
What would you estimate the distance between the manor itself and the gate that we entered?
It is at least, like, I would say, like 2 miles. It is a long distance. They have a lot of land. And you guys notice that there are these huts, like these security huts lining up this land. So there are people on the ready in case something bad happens at the Gallerina Manor. You know, we never know. We're not playing a murder mystery. But as you tend to roll a little bit closer to the front of the manor, you do notice that like you don't see anybody in the front. It is very barren. You're not seeing like what you would expect. There would be cars lined up. You know, the Gallerinas are like, they're important people. They're very, like, from what you know, at least, based on, you know, your basic knowledge of the land, the Gallerinas are pretty tops of people. And, you know, for there not to be like anybody out front is kind of wild. As you guys start approaching even further, you notice that the like in front of it, there are like party banners and stuff. You can tell there is a wedding going on here. Again, it just doesn't look like there's very much to it. Yeah, and you guys are starting to roll closer along. Was there anything you wanted to do while you're still in the car? Okay.
On the 2-mile ride, I'd love to start interacting with those around me if they're willing to. So I know him from a professional point of view, specifically for his penchant of being willing to turn over on his associates for small sums of money. I can't imagine that's why I would be invited to some such scheme, as he put it in his invitation. I wonder, do any of you have a positive relationship with the betrothed?
I do, yes.
Alleged betrothed?
I do.
Why don't you?
I also do.
How do you know Norrutus? And he's writing down whatever you guys say.
You want to go first?
Yeah, Autumn's going to indicate Emerald.
I know him from Positive Light. We've worked together a couple times. I don't know. He's a charming man. I like interacting with new people, and he's been nothing but friendly to me. So I've done the same. I assume that's why I'm good at interacting with new people. You said you know him from Terminal. What line of business are you in?
I'm peripheral law enforcement.
Oh, that's a job.
Yes. Unfortunately, a necessary one due to people like Norrutus.
Okay.
And then I'll lean over to Leaf and say, would you like to go next, or would you want me to go ahead?
Oh, well, mine is quite short, so I'll go.
Go ahead.
He just paid a visit to my village in the Fairwilds, and he helped out. And what?
A spark of emotion like shoots across Tanric's face. Like you almost see light in his eyes for a moment. He clamps his teeth shut so hard it makes an audible sound, and one of them might have cracked. But he's staring at you with intensity that is previously not manifested at all. Continue.
He paid a visit, and he helped out our village. And I told him about how I wanted to go adventuring and see this place. The buildings here are really big.
Yes, that's very interesting. Paywall, you say, are you coming from there?
Yes.
Recently? Interesting.
Yes.
Very well. What was your name again?
Leaf is me.
Leaf. Yes, Leaf. Thank you. I appreciate that insight.
As for myself, I am a connoisseur of storytelling and also a professional soothsayer. I'm sure you have heard around of me, especially as a periphery law keeper, as you say I am. Or if you say you are, I met Norrutus. He assisted me in overturning a corrupt official in the town that I am from who was overcharging people with some false sums. Now, whether or not what we did to him was legal is not true. I discovered things while I was working with Norrutus that made it evident that this individual should not be in power any longer. So my experience with Norrutus was positive, less for me than perhaps for the city that I am from, but he also shared with me his story and the stories he had collected, and I do so love hearing stories.
Yes, well, as interesting as all of that I'm sure was, I've never heard of you, and nor has he mentioned you. So you're either not important enough to leverage in some way for him to profit, or he's protecting you, and I find both about equally interesting.
Well, I doubt very much that he is protecting me, and I do not have any problem with my worth. It does not bother me to be a creature of no worth. I like to be unnoticed. For one who is unnoticed can find the most information, as I'm sure you also understand.
Interesting. All evidence to the contrary, but I find your words ring true.
Evidence to the contrary, perhaps, but we all wear masks, my investigative friend. Mine is just a mask of socialism. Socialitism. Socialism.
All right, kicking it off the right way. I like it.
Alrighty.
Oh, we're leaving politics out of this, damn it.
Oh, good.
The mask of the socialite.
Got it.
That's what I tried to say. I just said it badly.
All right. If you got,
Interesting.
I assume it's quiet back there at this point, unless
One
anybody
of our
else wants to go.
companions has spoken very little, though, and I'll lean over to Rix and say, Rix, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
There's not much to know, really. But I'll tell you how I know Norrutus. It's not a good experience whatsoever. Yeah. A lot of things happen that have changed things.
A
But
lot of words to say nothing. I can respect that.
So, how do you know him then?
he was supposed to help me and my brother escape.
Escape.
Escape just out of town.
Okay.
Where are you from?
As you guys are traveling, you guys notice ahead of you the horses start slowing down a bit, and you kind of hear like a couple of them going a little crazy. You know, they're like just going all over the place. The horses are stopping ahead. You guys are at the manor. The manor is wide open. Ahead of you guys is that gravel road, kind of splits off into two paths that go left and right, like directly left and right. I would give a direction, but at this point you're on a cliff. It's a wild time, and I don't know the direction at this very second. So as you guys do pull up to the two ginormous wooden doors that are on the front of the manor, you notice, you take in a moment this, like, how grand this manor is. You see, like, the walls are like decked out and trimmed. They're gilded. You notice that there's like a nice like silver patine on like all of the walls on the outside. It seems like there's lively greenery all over the walls that border like basically you assume they're stone security walls. Like it looks like a fortified place. Like it also looks like it would Double Down is not only a place for an elegant ball, but a place to hold off against about 5 dragons. So that one dragon that did drop in, probably not breaking into the wedding anytime soon. That dragon is long gone, by the way. But
why don't humanoids just live in trees? It's so much easier.
It is a good question, Leaf. The trees are much more comfortable.
Yes, well, I can see what he sees in his intended.
You guys, you basically, like, you see the back door to the carriage open, and you see this small little goblin that you just recently met, Leland, look up at you guys, and he says, All right, this way I will take you to the wedding, and then I will take any baggage you have to any of our guest bedrooms. Is that okay with you?
That'll be physically impossible.
Excuse me, sir. What? One more time?
Oh, that was an attempt at a joke.
I was going to say the same thing, but he said it first, and much more eloquently than I would have.
We
I
were
must
meant
say,
to
my
bring
friend, you
luggage.
are much more humorous than you let on.
He was not asking about emotional baggage, you two. He was asking about our physical bags.
Great.
We were meant to bring luggage.
Thank
I
all
didn't
of
get
you.
told this. Just
Did you
looking
not
down
bring
at-
anything for the 3-day event?
No, I got my clothes.
And provide the groom with an opportunity to lighten our load, I think not. No, only the essentials, and nothing I'd care if I lost.
I think you'll be rather surprised at the recent demeanor of Mr. Norrutus. I don't think he's going to be the man you quite remember at your last events.
Are you
But
sure?
I cannot say for sure. But I will say that he has turned over a new leaf. And then he kind of looks over at Leaf and he goes, "Huh?"
I've heard that one too many times.
Why do you think I changed
Oh.
my name, my friend?
Wait, your name was Leaf?
My name is Whisper of the Autumn Leaves. It is a very long name. For a while I was going by Leaf, but I like Autumn a little better. People make less jokes about it.
Yes, no one would want to fall for that.
You just get a big toothy smile from Autumn, and he goes, "I like this one a great deal," and he just hops out and walks away.
As you guys start leaving the back, you do see Leland kind of straightens himself up and gets a little more serious. And he looks at you and he goes, "Now I do ask that you all are on your best behavior when you're around Miss Eris Gallerino, because if you're not, I will personally throw you out of this event myself." And he
I don't
straightens-
even know who that is.
the bride.
Well,
So
that
the one
would
with the
either
flower
be
crown on.
the US plan.
Of course.
Excuse me, one more. He just walks away. He's like, I can't do it. I cannot.
Is that not a normal thing for humanoids to have flower crowns at weddings?
You know what?
It really depends on the wedding, I think.
Depends on the person.
I thought that was just normal for all weddings.
Oh, you are
You
going
will
to fit in.
find things a
perfect.
lot more bland outside of the Feywild, my friend.
This is going to be boring then.
No, we will make it far from that.
If you're eager to leave, I would. I'd be happy to look on the way out, seeing as there were so many fortified positions. It could be dangerous. This isn't
But
sort of
I'm here now. I told him I wouldn't be back for a while.
right. Yes,
Look at you Leaf. You've got a date.
of course not.
Are you okay, Tanric?
I'm quite well. Wait, sorry. I'm quite well.
The best role for our tallest member. But you guys, Leland kind of bows and opens the doors, and you guys notice inside as these doors open, you guys enter this great hall. You at least see it, and depending on if you want to enter or not, it's up to you. But you see this grand hall. On the inside is marble flooring decked out on marble pillars, raising up to the ceilings. It is a tall building, but it is a one-floor place. You see no stairs. I have to make that clear because the map that we originally got, they did not listen and put a second floor on it. So if you ever see the map we have, I had to hurry up and remove it very quickly. So just to let you know that it is a one-floor place.
Unnecessarily opulent.
As I walk in, I
Oh,
start
really?
tapping my feet up and down, making little tap dancing noises on the floor.
You see Leland just eye you with the face of, what are you doing, young sir?
I'm seeing how the floor feels on my hooves.
I'm gonna be outside getting your baggage. And he points towards the Great Hall is very wide and long, but it seems to be long. There are doors along the side, Leland has pointed his hand to like gest towards you, towards the end of the double doors at the end of the hallway, which are another set of like big, tall wooden, like barble doors, like big old giant doors. You guys see candle lights like lighting up the entire Marvel room that you're in right now. Again, it still smells like barbecue, still smells like vanilla. You do get a hint of jasper, and it does smell like there is a very beautiful wedding going on. And you can hear the sounds of like very bardic music, bard music on the outside, like really like hushed tones of like serenity and very soft melodramatic music on the outside of the double doors. And completely up to you guys where you want to go, but Leland is pointing that way towards you guys.
Leland,
Yes.
has the event already started? Has the wedding already started?
Oh no. The bride and the bride's father and the groom are actually all having a conversation in their personal office. All of the other guests, though, are all on the outside waiting exorbitantly around the bar area for me to start serving drinks. But
May I roll insight to see if when he referred to them having a conversation, it was with the same tone of voice that he described the tensions?
Absolutely.
I noticed that I have feet.
Those are pretty feet, sir. Those are very nice.
Do we know when this event is going to start?
Well, to be honest with you, it was supposed to start about an hour ago. It is not started, which is very alarming to most of us here, but we wear it with a smile. And Leland...
Is there any reason why your event has not begun?
I have not a clue, sir.
But I'm guessing that is because the bride and groom hasn't came down. And if I get this right, I don't know how humanoid weddings work, but you still need a bride and groom for it.
Yeah.
That you do.
Leland, will you point me in the direction of the office? I have a gift for the bride and groom, and she points to the giant, like, shiny emerald around her neck.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Guidance.
Yeah,
Thank
I was about to say,
you.
I will also guide you.
All right, what does that give me?
Yeah, I know.
1d4.
Yeah,
1d. Yep. Oh.
All right.
Just going forward in the future, though, if anybody does need guidance, I don't have to touch you to do it. That's a fun Bard College thing.
Cool.
I can guide you from 60 feet away.
I will say, actually, I will not say. I'm very excited. Keep going.
I have a not natural, but 23.
God damn it. Okay. Starting it off right.
We're doing great.
He does, you do see Leland, like, goes, there is a gift table outside, but if you are looking for the office, there is a door right over yonder, and you see like a small metal door, like more, not metal, but like more of like a, like, it kind of looks like a frosted glass, like metal framed door. It looks a little fancier than the other doors around. And you do see on the front of it, like, it does say Alwyn Gallerina's office, and like a really pressed on front. Yeah, and he points you towards the door. He goes, I do not know if they will let you in at the moment. They are in a very heated discussion, but if it is open and you are available to do so, hopefully I will not lose my job for this, but thankfully there's a lot going on to prevent such.
Your name won't even come into the discussion, and trust me, I'm very persuasive.
Yes, interesting.
That is a horrifying gesture. But I will go out to the carriage and keep my fingers crossed that I will still be with this family by the end of the day. Good day. And
Wait.
Oh, yes.
At the bar, do you have any drinks at the present that's originally come from the Feywild? That's the only thing I know what to drink.
I have milk, good sir.
I don't think that originates from the Feywild.
At that, Emerald will pull out the flask again and go, It's from the Feywilds, I believe.
Drinks it.
Do you just chug her entire flask?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
That
So
was strong stuff.
Leaf has never had alcohol before. He doesn't know.
I will. Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh no.
Leaf, I want you to. You will get a +1 to all of your charisma rolls right now, but you'll also get a -1 to your fantastic. Or I'm sorry, you're gonna roll at disadvantage for intellect rolls. Anything that has to do with intellect for the next.
That's fine.
I just imagine this child chugs this entire flask and is just like, holy hell, what is going on?
I want to note that it was like elderflower, like Fey vodka, basically, like very strong stuff.
Oh no.
I don't suppose there's.
Well job, good done.
He turns it upside down. Oh, you drank it all. You were only supposed to have a little bit. Are you okay?
It tasted really nice.
Satyrs.
Emerald, what was that?
You know, I don't know. I got it on the job. It was kind of expensive. I think it's some kind of elderflower liqueur from the Feywilds. I got it back home in Aurelian.
Fuzzy black eyebrows crawl higher and higher up Tanric's face. He looks almost panicked.
Do you know that? Do you know where I'm from, Tanric?
I know a lot of things. I'm familiar with a lot of places. And a lot of drinks. But no, that's not what I recognize the smell is all. Smell attached to memory. It's
Perhaps we should get some water for Leaf. Otherwise, he's going to wake up with a smiting headache.
I believe that would be a great idea.
Leland goes, yes, I also agree with whatever you've done to this poor child. Ahead of you is the double doors that lead directly outside, where you may find something to drink or whatever you fancy. You are acquaintances of Norrutus, so it is all yours, but please do not steal anything. Thank you. And
Leaf is just in the middle of the floor tap dancing.
Okay. Again, I will make it very clear. Please do not steal anything, any of you. And
Autumn
he turns
is
around.
not offended by the accusation.
Leland does not know social cues. So you see Leland turn back and just start heading back to the carriage and start grabbing the few things that are in there from even if it isn't your stuff. He's just grabbing like baggage out of there. So the Great Hall is open to you guys. Ahead of you is that set of double doors. On the right side of it is that office door that does lead to the head of the family's office, where you were told they are at currently. And on the right, you can kind of smell like somebody's cooking on the left, like that barbecue smell you've been smelling. Smells like the cooks are all creating it in that left side of the building. On your right side, you don't really hear anything. It just sounds like maybe guest rooms or something. You can't really put a pin in it yet, but assumably that side is either empty or quiet right now. And the hall is completely empty right now. There are balloons all over the place. There are some gifts kind of sporadically placed, and it does say like congratulations to the lovely couple on each side, in big banners. And there are little party bags and stuff, but nobody's touched any of the party bags. It literally looks like nobody has touched a single thing on this welcome to the party table.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me so far.
Leaf runs over. If Leaf spots the party bags, runs over to them and starts looking in them.
All of them?
Yep. He's finding the best one.
You find inside. There is little hand rolled thank you notes. There's a little candy in there, and it seems like a little rock candy, like somebody homemade it. And it has a little Gallerina seal on the front of it, which is very fancy. That's about all you see inside of these little party bags.
I take one and hook it onto my horn to carry it.
I gotta make a mental note of this. Hang on. Go on.
Someone be stopping him. Or do we care?
No,
Oh, no.
it'll be fine.
Autumn thinks this is hilarious. He's not going to do anything to stop it.
I'm
While Leaf is providing ample distraction for anybody watching, I try to take in the composition of the crowd, of the others here for the wedding. What kind of folks are we looking at?
I think we have to go through the door to see
Yeah.
them.
Yep, if you
We
go
were
through
just
the
told that
doors.
They were there.
Absolutely.
All right. Tanric, you walk in first. You open these big set of double doors. It does lead to like what you see is kind of like a dining hall, and then on the other side are two big like glass windows, and past those windows you see the event outside. At this point, you do hear like the music start kind of chiming in, but you see on the outside just tables set up. You see chairs. You see a big altar overlooking a cliffside. So you are looking directly into the western sea of the continent of Alseria. The big altar that lines basically catches your eye more than anything is like this big wooden wooden, I guess it would look like something from the Feywild. Like it's branched together, and that's the altar they're going to be married at. There are chairs all around it like a concert venue, all empty. There is a long flowing carpet that leads directly to said altar. On the right side, you can kind of see over as well. There's a table area. You see a couple chairs. You see like just some normal like dining areas. You do see a few people there. You see like you can't make them out clearly just yet. You would have to leave this dining hall and enter the actual backyard area. But you do see like there are some people on the right side. Also, yeah, and you do hear wedding music. You do hear like bardic, like somebody's playing a lute. Maybe there's a couple people from the band. Something is going on outside to produce this fantastic music. Barbecue smell is not outside yet. You do not smell that beautiful cooked food. But yeah, and it is all yours. You are in the dining hall right now, which again, you like. It's kind of the same setup as the Great Hall you just left. Only difference is there's a very long table that is adorned with very fancy chairs, like aligned with velvet for their seats, and the table is made of like a very fancy, fine like oak wood, really cut down into like you will not get a splinter sitting at this table. There are very fancy like eatingware at all the tables, or I'm sorry, at the big table, but in front of every chair that is sitting at this said table. There's candlelight vigil, like kind of candelabras on all sides, really lighting the room up. There are tabards and kind of like a few other things of different notable houses. You do see the gallerina, like sigil on all of these, like on some point of them. And the back doors are wide open for people to go outside.
Interesting. The event was supposed to start hours ago, but almost no one is here, even for the esteemed family. Start walking through the dining room towards the backyard.
Who else is going into the dining room?
I am. I will follow.
Before you do, Emerald taps you on the arm. You look strong. Yes?
Yes, I guess.
I'm going into that office over there. I could definitely use a little backup. I think you might have the skill set that I need.
Sure, I can accompany you if that's what you want.
So are you trying to get into the office right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk up to the office door, and I assume you go to pull on the handle, and nothing. It seems like it's locked right now. But there is a keyhole. It is not permanently locked. You can always give it a shot if you want to try to unlock it, but it is locked.
Do we hear anything going on inside?
You hear muffled sounds. You hear like people kind of talking loudly. Okay. You do hear like through this frosted glass that you're looking through. You do see people kind of like you see shadows walking about. You do see like one shadow kind of just like sitting and not moving. You see the other two like having kind of like louder conversations. But yeah, that's all you see through the frosted glass.
So the door is locked?
Yep.
Do I see them trying to enter it?
Yeah. I mean, you really don't need a perception check or anything. You're looking. I mean, you're right next to him. You can see him trying to go through the door.
Okay, I'm going to just kind of brush my hand over the top of my Taroka deck and just kind of, so I can demonstrate it, I'll just do like that towards the door. And I'm going to cast Unseen Servant to unlock the door.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Unseen Servant, is it automatic pass on unlocking the door?
No, it still has to do a skill check.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 25.
Okay.
I'm only doing the things I'm good at.
you unlock this door. Who is standing in front of this door when this door unlocks and opens? Okay, great. Both of you open this door widely, and you hear on the other side, you like the mumbles turn into actual voices, loud voices. You hear like, I told you, this is garbage. He is not part of the family. As you look in, you see this well-dressed, like taller, more well-built elven man with blonde, like long wavy blonde hair, a little taller, maybe about 6 foot. Probably about 6'5", kind of walking through, like arguing with what you see as like a smaller, white-haired. They're both elvish, but white-haired woman elf that is in a big bridal gown, like all the way down to her feet. She's got the bridal gown adorned with all these gemstones. She's got her makeup all done. She seems like she's not happy, and they are not having a great conversation right now. She is like a couple tears running down her face a bit. She looks a little winded, like she just got done with her part of the conversation. And you notice sitting in a chair not far from you is the crimson friend of yours, Norrutus, sitting in a chair with his hands kind of his head in his hands, looking a little defeated. Around you is a classic office setting. You see the desk. That is what Norrutus is sitting behind right now, while the two are like arguing up and down this like big open room. There is like a couple things going on in there. There's some dressers or cabinets that are holding like files and stuff. You can see paperwork. You see scrolls on top of those. On top of the normal desk that they are sitting at right now, there is nothing on this desk. There is absolutely no paperwork or anything on this office desk. You see all of them kind of going at it with each other. They haven't spotted you yet. So is there anything you'd like to do as they're kind of going back and forth arguing?
I will just say before they do anything, I will like look and see like that nonsense and I'll go, you know, they should really lock that door if they're going to have arguments like that. This is a wedding. Autumn is a shit.
I'm just accompanying Emerald, so I'm following her lead.
Quick question, Billy. Have I ever met the Gallerina family? Specifically, ever met Eris?
You have not,
Okay.
but I would say they have met your background.
Okay.
They're very keen on the people that you might know. But yes, that is all I will say.
Okay. She clears her throat and walks right in and says, "No, this isn't the bathroom."
Who is this? Who let her in this? I will not be doing this right now. I am leaving. And you see the short-haired man like go into the other part of the office room where there's two doors that separate it, and he slams them shut. And you see, well, I don't even. Fine. Can I help you? I'm so sorry. Is there anything you need right now? We're not having a great time at this very second. And that is the elvish woman.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I heard through the door. It's less about what you can do for me and more about what I can do for you. I never want to see a bride cry on her wedding day. That's bad luck.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, hey, look, a ghost whispers in your ear. Hey, you should say this. You have guidance.
Thank you. Oh, that's gonna be even better than the last one.
Very good at persuasion, she said.
Very good.
We love helpful ghosts.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 28.
Lord.
Oh my gosh.
I would just like to. I just want to put a little asterisk on this, or asterisk. I'm sorry. I had difficulty checks for like everything. Need to reevaluate those next time I go back into these. Cool, awesome. It was super good.
I was barely able to find my feet, so don't adjust.
Yeah.
Don't put too many. I have yet to roll. I could roll probably terribly because.
You look and she looks at you. She goes, "You're the first person today to say something like that. It has been stressful. The wedding is just. It's a little hitched up right now. Father doesn't exactly get along with Norrutus, and you see Norrutus just sitting in the corner listening to this entire thing, like he's not in the room. Father just doesn't understand Norrutus like I do. He just doesn't understand what love is. And you see a tear like shed down her face.
I understand. Love can change everything. You can fix him.
You understand? You can. He's just my big fixable dragon boy. And she like walks over and like holds his hand, and you see the Dragonborn like kind of look back up, and you guys see this Dragonborn who is like always been just the most mixable kind of person. Like look at her like she or he is just like not the same Norrutus you've seen before, if you have met him previously. But he looks up into her eyes, and they share this moment, and she goes, "My poor thing," and like rests her hand on his face and goes, "He's just a sensible soul." And you see Norrutus look back and goes, "She understands me perfectly. I am just but a sensible soul." And you see him like tearing up a little bit and kind of cry. Roll me an insight check, just really quickly.
What is my insight? Oh, not very good.
Can I hear this and also roll insight?
Did you walk in the room with them?
I'm kind of like posted outside of it just because like I'm like, ooh, stories.
I will I would say at disadvantage only because you're out, like you're a little bit more of a distance away from them.
No,
and they're
that's
blocking
totally
them.
fine.
But yes.
This is where my luck ends. I got an 8.
I got 2. You're better than me.
This guy seems like he is the most genuine guy you've ever met in your entire life.
No.
He is the best kind of person you could ever think of.
5 with disadvantage, so not much.
Norrutus seems like he's genuine. Seems like he's telling, like he's a good guy. Like, why would he be a dick? So he looks back and he goes, "She just knows the kind of soul that I am," and kind of kind of poses himself a little bit in like a heroic stance. Me, Norrutus, champion of Krakens, and she goes, "Do you see his humble soul? It's just I know he could be better."
No, I see it. I see what you do, hun. And honestly, why don't I understand our wedding was supposed to be an hour ago?
Yeah. We've had a bit of a hiccup, waiting for Father to give his approval to the wedding. He set up the venue. He set up most things here, so we need him to start this, and I don't feel it's right to not start without him sitting in the front row to watch me.
I understand completely. I would never want to get married without the full approval of my family, and especially since you two are, he's sponsoring all this. I'm sure that matters as well. You look lovely, but I definitely...
Is there a dragon? Great. Go on.
I definitely
Henrik's looking for clues.
You need to maybe touch up the hair, the makeup a little bit before you go out. Look as presentable as possible. Norrutus, it's good to see you again. It's been a little while.
Hey guys. I don't know if somebody's fighting a monster. But if there is sound, just you can hit the mute button and tell it. There we go. Cool. No, you're good. You're good. As you say that to Eris, she looks back at you and she goes, "You're right. I just need to take a minute to recompose myself."
And my name's Emerald, and Eris. Can I call you Eris?
Why, certainly you can.
Excellent. I already consider us the deepest of friends, and I just want you to know that I will talk to your father personally.
I don't have a lot of friends. That's very humble. Thank she. You see her like cheeks light up red, and she goes, "I will just be a minute. If you would like to talk to him, I will. I'm gonna go head to the little elf's room." And
as she's about to go out, Autumn's gonna hold up his hand. Actually, mistress, I have some skills with facial makeup. I would be happy to assist you. And he pulls out his disguise kit. I'd be happy to assist you in it would be hard to improve such art as beautiful as your face is, but just to help you fix your makeup.
Roll me a persuasion check with, I won't say advantage, but give me a +1. I will throw a +1 on that boy.
Okay, I'm also gonna guide myself because I want to.
Okay.
All right, so this +1 plus guidance is 21.
21. She looks back at you and she says, I very much appreciate the offer, but I do have a very, very enticing makeup artist that has been a family favorite of ours for a very long time. I do very much appreciate it.
Of course, I understand.
And you see her run off. As you see her run off towards the bathroom. You do see, like, roll me a perception check for anybody that's just watching her right now.
Just a perception?
Actually, I lied. Active perception. If your active perception is over 12, or passive, I'm sorry.
Mine is 12.
That works. You guys notice out of the corner of your eye that you see Leland busting out this little makeup kit and running towards the little ladies' room.
As Leland runs by, you are just a man of so many talents.
You never know in my business. And he runs by and starts like hoofing it to the little ladies' room and starts like you see him shut the door and both of them are in there kind of doing their thing.
Well, you guys see a ghost of what appears to be a very like pomp-freed woman just chase him into the bathroom as I give Leland guidance.
Oh, diggity! And you hear him in the other room, like really fixing makeup up and having a good time. He's like, "I've never done this so well."
Oh no!
And yeah, you hear the sounds of like machinery. Like you hear like it's going wild in there. Whatever it, yeah, he is like really buffing this out. Yeah, and you guys you're left in the room with Norrutus, whose head is still like kind of hanging a little bit lower after he had that moment of like yes, it is me. Like he's back to just like. Yeah, and then his father or her father is still in the double-doored room to your right from walking in, so right on your right.
So,
do you still plan on talking to her father?
well, yes, I did promise the young lady that I would do so, and I believe, and she fiddles with her emerald again. I believe that I do have something that might change his mind on letting this wedding happen, but I want to know that your intentions are true.
Asking him.
Norrutus? Yes.
Is it Norrutus?
Yeah, Norrutus.
Oh, he looks up and he goes, "Why, yes. Why would my intentions not be true? I've pledged myself to Aerith, and we are dead set on being just the best that this continent has to offer." And he kind of prides himself up a little bit more. Like when you notice when he speaks of himself, he's very like kind of gets excited almost. But he goes, well, I would never betray her intentions. If that is, if you think anything less of me, then you are a poor judge of character.
Turns towards Rix and just says, do you believe this for a second? Because I don't.
No, not at all.
Roll me one more insight check really quickly as he's saying all this.
Okay, so I'm still there. Can I do it too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got an 11.
18.
Guidance.
What does that do?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to figure out what Autumn rolls, and then I will tell you.
No. What does
So
guidance do?
You get a D4, but I did it for me.
No, yeah.
A 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
18.
Rix, even with your 11, you look at this person, and he is not being genuine. There is like you can tell that something is odd. Emerald, with your 18, you can tell that it's that you might have missed. He said her name wrong when he was saying the sentence. So
I thought I had just gotten it wrong.
That's what I thought too. That's what I was like, oh, I guess I wrote that down wrong.
I literally changed it in my notes too.
Yeah, I honestly same.
Honestly, same.
Oh,
you bamboozled not even our characters, but the players themselves.
gotta keep it going. I'm cool with it. Mystery, I like it. He's just sitting back down there though, looking accomplished. He looks like whatever he said, he's very proud of the verbiage he used.
You know,
Has enough time passed for me to have settled back towards the office?
We're gonna cut over to because Leaf and Tannic are both not in that room with you. So Tannic, you just walked into this dining hall. You open the doors. You are standing in this dining hall. Leaf, where are you at this moment?
Good question. Leaf doesn't even know where they are at this point. Leaf has just started exploring.
Just abandoned and strunk a wild child in the middle of this hall.
Literally.
It's just
Here you go.
just
And
the
then
plot of Home Alone.
Oh,
Leaf
nobody is even watching for him right now.
Oh.
I'll help out a little bit here. Given that Leaf was not with the rest of the group, Tanric would have, with preternatural speed, gravitated immediately towards his inebriated, newfound best friend and started asking him an endless series of questions about current events in the Feywild, how things are going, what pathway did he use in order to get here, and seemed particularly interested in specifically the coming and the going, less the actual happenings. And is writing everything that a drunken Leaf has to say about it down. Just a book.
Leaf, where did you wander to while I fix my background?
Leaf has wandered probably somehow into someone's bedroom.
Oh my
Doesn't know whose bedroom.
Good.
Oh no.
This is how we started.
Look at those shorts.
Look
Look
at
at
this.
those
I
sexy
know,
shorts.
stop it! It's dressed from the top
Look
down.
at sexy shorts.
Oh,
You were so good at like having this facade, and you
This was,
ruined it for
this was like a
yourself.
Zoom job interview.
oh, I didn't think anyone would see it.
It's Zoom rules.
Everyone saw. There's gonna be a clip of that now. Congrats,
Please don't clip that ever. Please.
Clip that.
Zach. Clip it.
You never say please don't clip that unless you want to guarantee somebody clips it.
Well, I know Zach's in the chat, and I know Zach is like the
He's
master of
clipping
clipping
like
things.
crazy. Do
Yeah,
it.
oh my god. Okay.
He's also made a bunch of memes, which is wild. It's a great time.
I like this already. Oh my goodness, my camera is going crazy. Okay, so back to it. So you guys are you go back to that dining hall. I assume that's where Leaf would wander into because that is the only open door besides the office, unless you guys went somewhere else. But you guys are just standing in the dining hall. You notice that the rest of your party did not join you. You do notice outside you do hear like a louder woman. Like you can't exactly tell what she is or who she is or anything about her, but you do hear, I do say, and that's all you hear on the outside of the door. But yeah, that's about it.
Just right people.
Yes, right. I'm sure it's something very interesting. You were saying you arrived.
My
Recently?
Mima transported me here.
How do you intend on getting back?
Mima? I told her when I'm going to be back near the portal area, and she's going to open up the portal so I come back.
Oh, so it's a fixed location. You'd say
Yes.
It's stable, semi-permanent.
Well, only if it's opened up. You
Right,
need someone good at magic to open it.
Of course, yes, naturally.
As Tanric is like so dedicated to this, you see the double doors at the end of the hallway outside, and you see them bust open, and you see this just like 7 foot tall, half orc lady, like the Martha Stewart of like orc ladies. Like she's got like very curled like white hair. She's very tall and muscular. She has a very big sweater on. And like she has like very like fancy, like almost like leggings on. And she is walking. They're very tight pants, and she has like a very nice pink sweater on. And you see her kind of hobbling over to you. She goes, "Wow, have you seen the bride and the groom anywhere? Because we're outside just having a ball, and nobody's been out there to check on our drink order since we got here."
Yeah,
We got told they were in that room over there.
That room over there?
Yeah.
Sweetheart, I'm about to go over there. I'm about to raise hell if nobody comes outside right now and pours me a goddamn drink.
ma'am, I
Good heavens.
can only assume.
Okay.
That you're used
Show
in
me
this-
where the drinks are.
You have had quite enough.
No, I'm going to pour drinks for people.
Child,
That
you
is
about to go
terrible.
drinking with me? Let's go. We can.
No.
You show me where the drinks are at, because nobody has poured me any drinks since I've sat down in this restaurant
Or
area.
in the bar, and I go and pour drinks.
To hold Leaf back, I've got him by the tail, dragging my tiny little feet across the marble floor.
I don't know if I'd have the
No
strength to
resistance
drag you.
whatsoever.
She goes, "I don't know what's going on, but if one of you pour me a drink, I will tip you 500 gold right now."
I go,
And you see her like kind of waving her money. You see a bag. She's waving a bag of money. She's a little tipsy, but she's straight up going to give you money.
I go behind the bar and just pour a drink.
You don't see a bar in the area, but right now you do see like on the outside
coolest.
there is the venue. On the right of it
coolest bit of
is
bar
where
was.
all of these people might be.
Look outside.
All right. So you guys you approach the outside. You do see a few people out there. Leaf is like pulling Tannic at full speed. Leaf is just like barreling towards it. You notice on the outside there are a couple people out there. You did notice that I do apologize. That woman is 6'4", not 7 foot. That was my bad. But she is very beefy.
It's all the same.
Yep. She does have rugged green skin as well. You step outside, you notice a man in like black robes, like definitely not dressed the part for a wedding. But he is like out there in like some ceremonial black robes, with a purple jeweled necklace around his neck that shines very brightly. He's elvish. He's got pale white skin. He's just standing there waiting in line for drinks as well. He does not seem the type to be enjoying the party. He's very standoffish. You also notice like a big Goliath young lady as well standing there. She has like golden skin almost. She looks, if you know what a Goliath is, she looks like a Goliath. Like she very clearly, based on your normal Leaf, you wouldn't know that because you haven't seen one in person. But Tanric, easily you have seen a Goliath before. This is what a Goliath looks like, a young Goliath at least. She's just standing there as well. She seems to have like more of an adorned, like kind of like shorter dress on. She doesn't look comfortable in her dress. She looks like she hates her dress. And she's standing there with long red hair flowing down her side. And Besides that, that is the only people you see. Those three on the outside right now are the only people you see.
Yeah, I'm going behind the bar, like the area where they're all waiting for their drinks.
You're just gonna walk behind the bar?
Mm.
Okay. You walk behind the bar.
With confidence.
Are you gonna make something?
Yep, I'm gonna make people's drinks.
All right. Awesome. Hell yeah. Roll me a wisdom check at disadvantage.
Mac, I'm so proud of you.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
This is incredible.
Mac, you're great.
Where is my wisdom? Wisdom's good. Wisdom's good. Ooh. Ooh.
Take the lower.
Yeah, I got a nat 20, not a 13.
And a 13.
It always hurts when a nat 20 on disadvantage.
Big sad.
But that makes it a dirty 20.
Oh,
How
Because
do I
of my
explain
guidance.
this to somebody who's never seen alcohol or this world's alcohol? You see, hey, you know what, Mac? Leaf, you feel like the clouds part open, and like a voice from the heavens comes down and instills in your mind.
God.
Hello. Yes, if you mix the vodka with that stuff right there, you will make yourself one of the most delicious cocktails you've ever had in your entire existence.
Gotta call it voice of God.
And it closes back up, and the voice is gone. Because there's no other way in the world I could ever explain that. Yeah, you are mixing, you are going crazy, and the woman that has been following you the whole time goes, Chad, I don't need it mixed. I just need something right now. I need something because I've been waiting in this hot weather for about 5 hours.
But
So
I've
either we're
already
doing it
mixed
now.
them. I've already mixed them.
Oh, that's fantastic. She reaches over and like grabs the half
Anyone else
mix that you've
wanting
made.
one?
You see this like the elf that was standing there kind of like perk up a little bit, and he goes, "What is in there?"
Vodka and this colorful thing.
And this color.
Yes, this colorful thing here. Holding up the ball I put in it.
Roll me a persuasion. Just a persuasion check, really quickly.
There you go.
it's wild.
23.
He goes, "Give me a drink of it, I guess." And he walks up and like hands out. It takes a little cocktail, and you see like this sour, almost pessimistic face. Like take a little sip of it, and like almost lights up. Like he's like, "Wow, do you do this often?
No, this is my first time.
This is your first time. This is
Yeah.
splendid."
Yep,
And
it's the voice of the lunar god.
he tips you 5 gold, and he walks back over to
Do I get
one
my
of the
500
tables.
gold from this other woman?
She is like chugging it full speed right now. Like she is pouring it down her face. She looks back at you and she's like, in due time you will. And she goes right back to chugging it.
Does she just have
and-
like the mixer cup thing?
Yeah, she is like, yep. She didn't even go for a drink. She went straight for the entire mix.
I love that.
I was gonna say this woman is incredible.
Yeah, she has not poured, and she has not given up on this yet. You do also see on the side that quiet Goliath start making her way up, and she goes, I'll have a drink too. Something seems off though. Roll me an insight check. And Tanric, you can also roll an insight check.
Fully intend to.
Okay.
Inside.
19.
A 22.
Easily, she does not look like she's been allowed to have alcohol. But she looks like she's
Goliath.
ready. Yep. She looks like she is down to get some though. She seems very nervous and apprehensive about it.
I make the drink, but I make it a little bit weaker.
Yeah, okay, roll me a wisdom check to make that a little bit weaker. At disadvantage.
Make it stronger.
Ooh.
Leaf and this Goliath are about to end up in the same boat.
No, I did good.
Make my monster grow.
19.
How much?
19.
A 19. You easily, the clouds part one more time, and your patron is like, if you take a little bit out of the top, it'll be a little less alcoholic. And it shuts again and retreats. Comes the god. And yeah, you make her assumably a less alcoholic drink. She takes it from you. She sips it. She goes, "Wow, this is very good. You did a great job. Seriously, I love this."
Of course he did a great job. He comes from a land where milk and honey is lifeblood. He comes from a place where beauty is just another day, just another sunrise. He is a satyr, for God's sake, from a blessed land, and the mere thought that any of you would come over here and doubt his prowess at creating ad lib ambrosia is frankly insulting. Enjoy your drink, be thankful, but do not patronize or be condescending.
Yeah, I was just saying it was a really good drink. I really enjoyed how you made. She just kind of like goes away from the situation and runs back over to her table.
You're not here. But I'm not in.
And you, large one with cholesterol issues.
Excuse me, what did you just say to me? Roll me a persuasion check to not make her angry.
So
unless you're trying to intimidate her.
So the murder is solved, right? Because this is it.
Yeah, this is the murder.
I will role play with this, whatever the role is. All right.
You have guidance too.
So 22. Madam, I can judge you as an honor-bound individual, and you have given your word. Under your own word, you have an obligation, and I have no doubt. So my directness is not speaking to you as a matter of disrespect, but purely as an acknowledgement of your deeply held honor. I rolled 22.
Damn.
Wow, I've not been spoken like that since my husband has passed. That was. What do you what's your name again, young man?
Tenric Grimeheddle.
Tanric, right? Alrighty, Mr. Tanric. Okay. I will remember you today. And she puts her little tip of 500 gold on the bar counter. And she looks back at you guys and she goes, "You can sit right next to me when we start this whole ceremony up, if that's okay." And
Sorry, he was already flirting with me. Goodbye.
That day that Tanner turned into a hood
Red. He only blushes at his nose.
you see her kind of like start walking off a little bit. She walks over to the Goliath and you see they are like talking and having a conversation. You guys still see that the elf in all black robes is just kind of sitting by himself. Before anything, we're going to cut back over to the others, and you guys are back in the office area. Again, the head of the household just walked into the other part of the office area, and Norrutus, head in his hands, completely out of it right now. Still kind of like able to gloat about himself, but not all there. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Okay, Autumn will step forward after the exchange where Norrutus is definitely not being forthcoming about his intentions, and he is going to say, and the eye is going to shine again.
Norrutus, you and I both know you have pulled cons before, and usually they are for the right reasons, but I cannot be sure that this one is. So I will ask you again, are your intentions pure? Because if they are not, you will anger a great many more people than you ever have before. Not all of them you will be able to fight. Breaker of Krakens or Champion of Krakens, you may call yourself now.
Champion?
But I will warn you, Norrutus. The dead do not forget slights.
And for the first time, like, Autumn's face is actually a little bit menacing, and his eye is just glowing.
Roll me an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Oh no, I'm not good at that. Okay. I'm gonna guide myself.
I was gonna say, Emerald will jump in if I'm allowed to and give you to neutral it out by just standing there and going, yeah, girl code and all that.
Okay, well, with it neutraled out, my first roll was a 13.
You say this to Norrutus, and he looks back at you and he goes, "Oh, wow. Wow, yes, you've really changed my life. Yeah, wow. Huh. Yep, I'm still madly in love with Eris? I'm still madly in love, and I will defend that. And how dare you tell me that I am not in love with my betrothed? Because I'll tell you what." And he stands up a little bit and kind of like poises himself in the corner of the room. He goes, "I, Norrutus, champion of Krakens, defeater of many, unbeknownst to any of you in this room at this very second, can tell you that I am deeply and madly in love. So I'm going to need you to step back a little bit and realize who you're talking to."
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to say, and I'm going to flip out a tarot card, I'm going to need you to tell me the truth, and I'm going to cast Suggestion on Norrutus.
Okay. Is it a DC save?
It is. It is a Wisdom save, DC 15. It's not very high, but you know we're gonna try.
We're tier 1. Nothing is very high except for Lore's persuasion rolls.
Apparently.
Yeah, seriously.
What do you suggest?
I suggest that he tell me the truth.
The truth? You want the truth from me? The truth is, I love Eris with my entire heart, and I am deeply appalled at the behavior that you have brought here today. Are you trying to ruin my wedding, good person?
Absolutely not. I'm just trying to make sure that your intentions are. You know me, Norrutus. You know that I like to play the games. I just needed to make sure.
Hold on, Norrutus. It's been good. We're catching up. We're gonna do a real quick 10 and get your wedding back on track. Yeah.
That would be fantastic. I would not like any more of these charades that you all are bringing to my and mine betrothed's event.
All right. Ushers Rix and Autumn out into the hall just enough that Norrutus can't hear us anymore and go, okay, so obviously he is not sincere. And I'm not going to let that poor girl get married to some boy who just wants her for his money.
Oh, of course.
So I say, Rix, like I said, you're very strong. And she gives you a wink. And so I'm thinking we clock him on the head. And then we tie him up. And we clock him on the head, we tie him up. And then I use my mask of many faces to look like him. And then I go break up with her. And the wedding's off.
But that would destroy the girl's heart, though. Like,
Better in the long run. Trust me.
I do not know if that is necessarily true, but
Listen, you're free to disagree with me, but that's the plan I'm putting down right now.
I'm not saying it's a bad plan, because it is, as you say, Norrutus has clearly not got his best interests at heart.
Roll me a while you guys are talking, roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
Well, that's gonna suck.
That is a 21.
You notice, Rix, you notice, and Autumn, what did you roll?
23.
23? Rix and Autumn, you both notice on the side that Eris and Leland walk out of the makeup room, and they start walking towards you guys. And you see, like Eris looks like she is like decked in the nines. Like she is like all her makeup is, as the cool kids say, on fleek. She is like in a very beautiful dress. The gemstones have been polished, and like she looks like it is her day again. She comes up to all of you sitting there, or like standing outside of the room, and she goes, "Oh wow, were you all waiting out here for me?"
But of course, my dear.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I not a lot of people have shown up to the wedding, and I need anyone I could get to just be here for this glorious event. And she kind of seems a little nervous, like she's like twiddling her hands a bit. She looks back up and she goes, I would love to see you when we start the wedding. And I hope that you all have a very good time here today. And thank you for giving me the chance to kind of refresh myself a little bit before everything started getting bad.
I just want to say I haven't had a chance to talk to your papa yet, so if you want to give me do you still want me to do that?
You see from inside, or like see the look on her face, and she looks and says, I think I can do it. And she like readjusts herself a little bit. She goes, it's about time somebody has told him what it's for. And she like dress, like kind of fixes her wedding dress a little bit, and like scoots by you guys and opens the office door and goes back inside.
When she's out of earshot, I want to turn to like Emerald and be like, let's just see what happens. She obviously wants to get married, even if it's not. If it's one way, it would just crush her.
But I suppose I just don't want her to get stuck in a loveless marriage as it is. The man doesn't even know her name.
But as much as we don't trust him, he seems sincere enough. I mean,
He is not sincere.
oh, I know.
As you guys are talking, you notice that the doors, active or passive perception, you notice this pretty easily. The doors behind you guys, where the like back to the front of the manor, open, and you notice this this very young, pale-skinned elf with shaved black hair, like that goes on the side, and like a black, like nice little black haired comb over thing. I don't know what the cool kids call it, but she's very like elegant. She looks like she has a very like short black dress on, and like lined with like little white like trim throughout it. She's like 4'9". She's very sleek, very slender, and she just looks like a little tiny attractive elf that is coming through, and like looks like she is making her way to where Leland has also pointed. Her like assumably because Leland is still with Eris, so she looks like she's gotten directions, but she was just outside for a little bit longer than everybody else. You see her start walking through, and she starts walking towards the open dining room doors that Tannic and Leaf went through earlier.
Perhaps we should table this for now. If Norrutus cannot be true to himself, there is the custom with weddings. We can always challenge it, and if he wishes to fight us, well, then we will fight him. But for now, let us rejoin our guests. I am concerned for this small satyr. I do not think he has ever had alcohol before, especially not to that degree, and I worry for the other party guests.
He did drink all of my liquor, so I certainly could use a drink. I think we're about to need it. Yes.
I believe so.
Are you guys are you gonna head out to the festivities on the outside?
Yes.
I think so.
Autumn is going to try and be the schmoozy person that he is, and like he's a little dejected that he just got completely steamrolled by Norrutus, so he's just going to offer both of his arms to the ladies and say, "Shall we?"
She'll take it.
Yeah. So.
Right. Is your arms uncovered?
No, he's in a suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They are still talking inside of the office. You guys head out to the back to where everybody is kind of ganged up. You see Tannic and Leaf at the bar area. You see Tannic's face is kind of like still lit up red from the conversation, and you see this lady sitting at the table fanning herself, looking over at Tannic, like very like this is it. She wants this.
Behind the bar. She is crouched down behind the bar, looking furtively over his shoulder and pleadingly at Leaf.
You see them sitting there. You see that that lady is kind of talking to the Goliath. Like they're kind of going back and forth. For you guys, you haven't seen these people yet. There is like a sun-touched skin Goliath with red hair, pretty tall, talking to the bigger lady that is like the big half-orc lady sitting down with her big sweater on and her like very sleek black pants, green skin. Martha Stewart looking like gray curled hair, and she has also got like her makeup all done and stuff. And they look like they're ready for a wedding. They're just in different attire. And the Goliath has like a kind of shorter dress on. Again, she looks very uncomfortable in it. Yeah, and then you see like the black robed elf kind of sitting over at the table by himself. Like he looks angry, but he looks like he's enjoying this drink he's having a lot. He looks like he's mad at the drink, but he just looks mad. Doesn't look like anybody wants to talk to him. You do notice that like that girl that you've seen in the black short dress walks over to the Goliath and they start talking. So now the three of them are all sitting there talking at this table. As that happens, what do you do?
I'm going to come with another tray of drinks and drop it off at their table and just be like, I made a flower crown for the bride because I thought that was a customary thing, but seemingly it's not here. So do you want it? And I give it to the Goliath girl.
Oh, sweetheart, you are amazing! And she like grabs it.
It's made from flowers from the Feywild.
From the Feywild? I've only heard of that place in stories. That's amazing.
Oh, it's my home.
Wow. How long have you grown? You've been there your whole life?
Yeah, apart from like a week.
Oh, you sweet, sweet little hoofed man. That's amazing. I grew up in Thrallmont. It's not exactly the coolest of places. And I've always wanted to see a place full of such magic and such wonderment.
You should come visit.
Really? I could come visit sometime?
We could make a group trip.
I could speak to Mima and she could open it up.
You see the other lady that's been hitting on Tannic this whole time kind of chime in and goes, "We can make it a group trip. All of us can go together."
No, sorry, not you.
No. What? Excuse me?
The portal can only take 3 people at a time.
Roll me a deception check.
Guidance.
Oh no.
Arcane rules, rule of three.
One thing I forgot to mention about when I was describing my character, they have runes on their face. When I cast different spells, they change color. So right now, since I'm casting guidance, my runes are yellow, a pastel yellow color.
Interesting. Okay.
That's so cool.
That is really cool.
Perception. This is something I'm good at. That's a 19.
A 19. You say that to her, and she seems like she is too smitten with the other man in your group to kind of put 2 and 2 together. So she's like, "Oh yeah, the rule of 3. I've heard about the rule of 3. I understand how the arcane magics and boo boo. I understand how that works completely."
Want somebody's face to be transmogrified to their ass.
No.
Oh, dude, no. That is not something I would like. Wow. She kind of looks back.
It also normally attacks the largest one, and I don't think that'd be fair.
What did you just say to me, young man?
tallest, largest.
That better be tallest. I swear to God, I will. And as you guys are like going back and forth in this conversation, the Goliath.
I don't know.
The Goliath goes, "Hey, you have a bag stuck on your head,
It's
right?
to carry it.
Oh,
Leaves my
Okay.
hands free to make drinks.
no, that's cool. That's really cool.
Are
Wow,
you
that's,
wanting one of the bags? They're inside.
oh, I didn't
I
see
can
him
go
on the
get
way
you
in.
one.
No,
go get
that's
you one.
okay. You hold on to yours. That's wild though. That's rad. That's really rad.
Yes,
Here, you
I-
take this one. I take it off my horn and give it to her.
Oh, you didn't have to do this.
I'll get one later on.
Okay. She just doesn't know what to do with this little gift bag. She doesn't have any pockets or a handbag or anything, so she's
I jog
like,
away.
okay. Thank you. Great. I have this now. Okay. Got it.
I can only assume that you're here on behalf of the bride.
Oh yeah, me and Eris grew up together. We grew up. We actually went to the same learning academy in Southwest Roma. Yeah, we spent a lot of time together growing up. Our little friend group, you know.
Were you by chance the adventurous sort of friends? It's more
Well,
like an exchange school.
it was more like it was a learning school for etiquette. We went through learning how to act proper, and then I ventured on to an adventure academy after. But that we more learned how to kind of socialize with everybody and kind of learn to control. For some people that are magically talented, some people at the school were able to like learn how to control their magic a little bit better. I was never really gifted with magical arts, so I didn't exactly get to experience that. But I know Eris did a little bit. She had a little bit of time there to herself.
Interesting. Have you known the intended for very long?
Norrutus. No, I cannot say I have. I know. Tanric, roll me a insight check.
See if I can find more than my feet. Not much more. 16.
16 does it. You notice on her face, as we're talking about, like you guys are talking about Norrutus, she looks a little disheveled. She looks a little like not like mad or angry or anything, but just more of like almost disappointed. And she goes, yeah, Norrutus. He's a really good guy. She doesn't look at you in the eyes at this point. She's
There's absolutely no need to adhere to any sort of feigned correctness for the occasion. I don't happen to have a very high opinion of the groom, and I'm kind of curious why I'm here, which explains my line of questioning to you so that I might orient myself to the situation.
So you were one of the people that got Norrutus's mass invite, huh?
Yes, I almost assumed that it was sent by Eris herself so that her intended groom wouldn't be quite as embarrassed by having the entire side of the wedding party empty.
Yeah, we didn't really, from what I know, nobody really knew any of Norrutus's friends, so we kind of just sent it to everybody that Norrutus could name off. It was over at least 200 people.
So my suspicion is correct. The action of inviting was brought on and handled by Eris and you, apparently.
Yes, I helped her out a bit. I really just want what's best for Eris, and if she wants it, I want it.
Whose idea was this? The marriage.
That's easy. That was Eris's. She met Norrutus. Weirdly, she found him stranded on the side of the road during a carriage ride, and after she found him, they hit it off. They really, started talking, and Eris does this cute thing where she knows she's in love, and she just like kind of like brushes her hair back all the time and like just blushes a little. It's this thing that she does, and she does it all the time around Norrutus. And
So you feel that her feelings, at the very least, are genuine.
Eris is in love. She loves him, for better or worse.
Honestly, I have no emotional investment in the success of their marriage. I am just vaguely curious why I'm here, but that fairly well answers that. I would not lay any fault at your own feet for the number of people who answered as a result of my professional relationship with Norrutus. Most of them are in jail.
I did not know this. They're in jail for what?
Mostly petty crimes, some felonies, the occasional murder, arson. I suppose you've heard of a group called the Bagger Boys. They do a lot of collection for some of the nefarious underworld entities.
I
puts them over. He states evidence. He's made quite a profit from it.
Norrutus has not talked about any of these things. He's just told us about his heroic ventures and all of the creatures and the other.
Yes. More likely he's smoking Kraken, not defeating.
Smoking Kraken? Is that wild?
A bit of underworld humor.
I don't know what to say. When she kind of looks, she just looks defeated. Like the conversation, like everything you said, she goes, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a seat for just a minute over there, if that's okay. And you see the joy kind of sap from her face, and she just goes over and sits at the table and kind of twiddles her like she has like a kind of older bracelet on. You see her twiddling it, and yeah, she just walks over and goes back to her drink. As this is going on, you see like her friend who was talking to her, the girl with the shaved black hair with it kind of swooped over a bit. You see her walk over to Tanner because you see the Goliath just walked away. I can't say I've met you before. How are you related to the family?
I'm not.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, and she like puts her hand out. She goes, my name's Thea. And she goes down to shake your hand.
This is the Goliath woman.
This is the small elvish woman in the black dress.
Oh, okay.
Like the one that we followed in.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
It's very nice to meet you. And she seems very awkward about what she's saying. She's not exactly good at, doesn't seem like she's good at having social conversations. And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to meet you. Okay, bye. And she walks back over to her Goliath friend. And yeah, you guys see they just go back to sitting at the table. She doesn't really stay with you very long. As you guys are kind of walking around though, before anything else can really transpire, you guys see the doors that where you guys walked out of kind of bust open a little bit further, and you see Leland come running around the corner, and he says, all right, everybody, I love that we all waited here for this very momentous occasion, he says with full disappointment in his eyes. He does not look okay. But I am here to say that we are going to start the wedding right away. So if you would all grab your seats and sit down, may we begin this wonderful ceremony. And he makes his way, he gives you guys a little bit of time, but he makes his way to the altar and kind of stands up there. While everybody is kind of schmitzing around. A couple people get up, the people you've met, start taking their drinks with them, drink it, put it back on the table, and start walking towards the seating area of the altar.
I'm gonna go sit down in the area.
I will take the ladies over to a seating area.
I will light by the door.
Leaf's going to go join the one sitting down.
Okay, so all of you sit in the front, I assume, because there's very many chairs, except Tanric, who is in the back by the dining room doors. And you guys all notice, there's a ginormous gap in between Tanric and yourselves. Like, there's like at least over 300 chairs set up in this place. There are like maybe 8 or 9 guests. It's very empty.
This is upsetting.
Feels bad, bro.
Yeah, you guys can. Not a very likable groom. So, as you guys all kind of sit down, Leland kind of like straightens up his vest a little bit, and you see him put on like a ceremonial, like priest garb to officiate the wedding. He straightens up his tie a little bit, and he stands back there and he goes,
He's the goblin of so many hats.
Yes,
It really is.
I listen. The life I live, you have to put on very many hats. And he goes back to himself and like stands prime and proper again, and looks back off at the dining room doors. You guys hear everything slowly get quiet. Oh, we lost Kevin. He's gone forever.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
Man, he takes that roleplay seriously.
Wow, he's really far gone.
There we go. He's back. As you
I don't
guys,
know what happened there. So sorry. Please continue.
no, it's okay. Welcome back. You guys notice like everything kind of dies down a little bit. It's still very sunny outside. It seems like the music kind of changes, and you notice that like everybody kind of like stands at attention and looks back towards the dining room doors where Leland like points his hand to, and the wedding starts. You see at this time, down the way, these 2 doors open very wide, and you see the father of the bride, that blonde-haired, short-haired man, walking arm in arm, begrudgingly, with his long white-haired daughter, who is all
when she walks in, I'd like to stand.
Okay.
And do the typical like stand for the
I
bride.
do the same.
Absolutely. Anybody that wishes to stand at this time, you may. Everybody in the crowd also stands. They stand up looking. Tanric, do you stand?
He's been standing. I mean, he wasn't sitting there.
He never sat down.
If he doesn't stand, he can't see anything.
He literally sits down on the ground for the walk-in just to show how.
Just out of spite.
She walks over and sits right, like the lady that's been talking to Tanric the entire time kind of walks over, like clapping a little bit, and like sits over right next to Tanric. But then the wedding venue starts going. They start walking down the aisle. You see them arm in arm. Like they're getting to the front. It's a beautiful moment. Like they're it's father and his daughter. He walks her directly to the front of the altar and lets her stand and waiting. He takes a seat. What's up?
The father's countenance. How is he looking?
He has a black tux on. He's got a tux kind of like myself. He is not looking happy. He is looking something is setting him off, but you guys don't know exactly what that is yet. Assumably. You don't know. He could be angry about a multitude of things. You guys see Eris stands up and like has a big smile on her face and looks very happy. She kind of looks back at the crowd that helped her kind of get all ready and stuff, and a tear kind of goes and she's wiping her tear a bit. She mouths, "Thank you."
Mage hand to catch the tear so she doesn't have to. Just
it goes right back into her eye, and she's like, "Okay." These dining room doors open very wide, and then you see the groom, who is like, thank you, and starts like walking his way through, and he goes, Tanric, I'm glad you could make it, and starts kind of getting closer, walking towards everybody. He looks at you like, please don't spoil this. And
I will smile back with a wordless no promises.
He solemnly just keeps walking up to the altar, but he's taking like long animated steps. Like this is his moment. He's waving to everybody. He turns back, waves at Tanric. He goes, Norrutus, champion of Krakens. And Eris kind of like lets a tear out. She goes, and she's like happy. Norrutus takes his place up at the front, and you guys see that they take their hands together. he kind of like is like looking off to the side, so he doesn't seem very focused on what's going on. You do see at this point that good Leland starts opening a book. It's ready for this moment. At this time, we will now begin the ceremony. Dear friends and family, we are gathered here today to witness and celebrate the union of Norrutus and Eris Gallerina in marriage. In the years that they have been together, that they have been together, their love and understanding of each other has grown and matured. Now they have decided to live their lives together as husband and wife. I, Leland, will officiate this ceremony. And he cracks open, flips the page a bit, looks back at Norrutus and goes, please repeat after me. You got it, man. I, Norrutus, take you, Eris Gallerina. Take you, Eris Gallerina, to be my wedded wife. To be my wedded wife. To have and hold from this day forward. To have and to hold from this day forward. For better and for worse. For better and for worse. Roll on with it, man. Come on, we understand. Okay? For sickness and in health, and to love and to cherish, to death do us part. He goes, thank you. I very much appreciate that. Eris, sweetheart. Repeat after me. I, Eris Gallerina, take you, Norrutus, champion of Krakens. Norrutus, champion of Krakens, to be your lawfully wedded husband. To be my shut up. To be my lawfully wedded husband.
I'm sorry, I tried.
I tried so hard.
At this moment in time, you each have a golden ring for each other. This most precious of metals symbolizes that love is the most precious of elements in your lives together. The ring has no beginning and no ending, which symbolizes that the love between you will never cease. Come on already, man, let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Norrutus. You may now kiss the bride. And Norrutus takes that moment to lean in and kiss her, and they have this very developed moment of just like emotions. Like everybody is in awe. The big lady half orc is like, get it, girl! And the rest of them are like all like just having a good time and happy.
Tanner and Harvard will be next.
Oh, you think so? Listen. My husband has some pretty big shoes to fill. Looking down at you, and you now see
Small feet. Very, very small feet. Unusually, even for a gnome.
She goes, smaller the feet, the better. And she kind of like looks at you. She's like measuring your foot a little bit. She's like, you're my kind of snack. You know that, huh? And
when I said that, I was only joking.
Oh, no, listen, we are far past joking at this point. And, yeah, they,
Good, you've made a friend.
I don't think Tyler wants it.
I mumble in Sylvan, do not leave me alone with this woman.
I say back in Sylvan. Okay.
And then I whisper back in Sylvan, what are we talking about?
And I lean over to Rix and say in common, what are they saying?
I have no idea.
I think the orc lady wants to take Tanorak and have a good time alone with him. And Sylvan.
Claps you on the back. And, just mazel tov in Sylvan, whatever that would be.
You know, me and my husband used to go on raiding adventures, and it was, whew, it was one of the most exhilarating times in my life before I
I
met you.
feel like I am too young to be involved in this conversation. I walk away.
I find that convenient given that you started.
Are you married, ma'am?
Oh no, my husband has recently passed away. It was a great marriage. We were together for a very long time, but I don't know. The good things have to end sometimes. And she like kind of looks down at her wedding ring, looks back over at Tanric, and like kind of pockets it and puts it back into her like little pouch on her sweater.
Would you wish for his blessing? I am a soothsayer. I would be happy to serve as a medium for it. I'm sure that he would absolutely approve of a union so beautiful as this.
I grab Tanarek and pull him away from the situation.
You can't run very fast, sweetheart. I'll see you again before the end of the day. And she starts waving. At this point, you guys see the father of the bride stand up and say, if you all would not mind, we did put together a very beautiful dinner that we would love all of you to take part of. If you would like to join us in the dining hall right now, everybody can take a seat and we can enjoy this fabulous feast that Leland has put together himself. And you see
Tanarek are already in there.
Leland is crazy.
Yeah, you see Leland booking it full speed to where like the assumably the kitchen is, and he's throwing a chef hat back on. And he goes to the door at full speed.
Does Leland have like boots of speed or something?
I feel like Leland is multiple people.
Let's just run as fast as you can.
There cannot be one Leland. This is impossible.
Yeah.
I will get to the bottom.
A bag of holding is just full of hats.
He reminds me of that guy from Avatar, just that keeps changing hats.
Yeah.
People, yeah.
Could someone tell the bar to please stop playing this song? I'm finding it suddenly.
The bard is still going.
Just forever playing the wedding march now.
Sir, if you don't stop, I'm going to start with cutting your strings and move from there.
He puts down his. Okay, great. This is supposed to be my first gig. Awesome, love it.
I'm going to walk by and tip him a gold and say, "You did wonderful. Don't mind."
Yeah, thank you. Great. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out of here.
I drop 100 gold.
Yeah.
I just drop him 100 gold as he's going past.
Gee, all right, you can fund the band, man. Thank you. And he grabs it and scoops it and he starts running. He's like, guys, we did it! And he's like, you see him booking it. We're making the band. You hear like a couple voices from like outside, assumably in like their own carriage, like leaving because they're done. Go, yeah! And then you also hear one more voice come from the kitchen. Go, I do say yes. And yeah, and then after that,
My lord, these are unequivocally buzzing.
I do say.
The dining room is open for you all to go through, and if you would like to sit and enjoy a feast.
Yes.
I sit down, but make sure there is not enough seats for more women to come and sit with us.
I will sit beside Tanric and hope that someone sits on the other side. So
Yeah,
that
I'm
we
sitting
can,
on the other
like-
side of Tanric.
I'm going to sit right across from
Tanric
Tanric,
seems,
and I'm going to wait for her to come in.
Rick's next to you sits the Emerald. What are you doing at this point?
I'm gonna go sit down next to Leaf.
Okay, perfect. Rick's sitting next to you is going to be you all still have not caught her name yet, but the lady that has been hitting incessantly in Tanric sits next to you. Yep.
Well,
half
that's the thing. Like, I'm sitting across from Tanric. As soon as I see her come in, I'm going to offer her my seat.
She goes, thank you, and comes sits right next to you, or like right across, and next to her sits the black hooded, like the man in the black robes. His hood is down. I need to very much point that out. So he sits down with his little adorned robes. Next to him is going to sit the Goliath with the red hair that's coming down in her little dress, and then next to her is going to sit the girl in the black small dress. At the end of the table, yeah, they are really good friends. They're sitting right next to each other.
I'm alone now.
No, I'm sitting next to you, Riggs.
Oh,
I
cool.
gave up my seat to the orc so I'd come sit by you.
Cool.
On the far end is going to be where you see her father, Norrutus, and Eris are all sitting at that end. And besides them, you see Leland is kind of going around preparing food. You see that the hall, like as you left it before, the hall was lit up very well. You're all sitting at this big oak table, and like around you is just people kind of or Leland, I'm sorry, going in and out and grabbing different dishes, putting them on the table, putting like a big feast in front of all of you, and pouring drinks for everybody at the table. You are free to mingle with the guests at this moment.
So, what is everybody's names? If we're going to have to, if we're like the only guests here, I think we should know each other's names.
Yes, I think that is a wonderful idea.
The lady across that has been incessantly hitting on Tanric looks over and goes, "You could call me Mrs. Helfing. Well, I guess Miss Helfing at this point." And you see, she goes, "Something you want to add?" Next to her,
I'm Leaf.
"Well, hello there, little Leaf." And she sticks her hands out to like shake your hand. Very nice to meet you. Next to her is going to be, you see this man who doesn't stick his hand out, who's a little more like put off. He's the one in the black robes. He goes, "I guess you can call me Hadrian. I'm Hadrian Fenwicks." And kind of like sits back down.
Is he sitting across from me or across from Leaf?
Sitting across from it would be Leaf. Okay. Across from you. Because yeah, like where it lines up. It would be across from you.
Yes, I get my I get my Goliath girl.
Yes, in front of you is the Goliath girl. And then next to her is the more quiet, pale elven lady. The Goliath girl sticks her hand out. She goes, "They call me Moonwalker," and she like reaches out to shake anybody's hand because she's just very excited for people here. She goes, "Oh, thank you. I'm liking this group already. I don't know what kind of people you are, but you all seem very, very cheery." And she's very cheery.
As they introduce themselves, using the context function of the urban bounty hunter, do any of their names ping on my like internal Rolodex of people of note?
Mrs. Helfing does. You know the name of Mrs. Helfing. You know that Mrs. Helfing.
One I didn't want to know any more about.
You know that she is a badass. Like, this lady used to run with like one of the hardest muscle gangs from like the Gallerina family. Like the Gallerinas have their own personal like muscle to deal with their problems, and she and her husband were the ones that led it for a very long time. You don't know now what she does because you haven't heard stories of her in a while, but I will say that you do also know that like she and her group of like muscle bound, and it's a variety. It's not just half orcs. Like there's a lot of people in Mrs. Helfing's little gang.
It's a first organization because they're progressive. I understand. Carry on.
Yeah, they like everybody. If you're big and you can break things down, you're with it. But you do know that they have raised many cities and towns, and like they have they have done very dark deeds. Things that they are probably like not all proud of, but they're a hardcore gang. Like they're very tough.
So I have a question related to that.
Sure.
Is Mr. Helfang one of the spirits that I've pulled into my Taroka deck, possibly? Like, would I have any connection to him at all?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Did we get the name of the pale elf lady?
That's,
You've not.
I thought that was
15.
Thea.
Oh, that was Thea. I'm sorry. She did introduce herself. Yep. I don't know if everybody caught it, but she did introduce herself to Tanric.
Gotcha.
I got a 15, Billy.
A 15. You do know that you don't know when like Mr. Helfing passed. It could have been a long time ago. He is not one of the ones that you've pulled, but stay tuned.
Okay.
Um,
I'll just keep
along-
shuffling. No problem.
Along with this line of questioning, is there anyone in this lineup that I would know from anything?
You would. You would know that Hadrian, the one sitting in the black robes, is somebody of like he has volunteered his skills to many, and not just like the family of the Gallerinas. You do know a bit about Hadrian and his backstory, as he was the prime mage for the Gallerina family. But you also know, and this is just for your knowledge, because this is only because you guys would know these people specifically. He is a necromancer, and you know that like the ideal of a necromancer is like some people still aren't exactly cool with playing with dead around here in general. So he's like, he doesn't like to talk about it. He hasn't brought it up at all. But yeah, you would know that about him. But he doesn't know you personally. You would know that from the things you've done.
I don't think I'd know anyone.
We're a fun group.
Along with this questioning, name Moonwalker. Would I know anything because of being associated with the moon and the nighttime kind of situation?
You would know that she is a beautiful Goliath.
Beautiful Goliath.
Young Goliath lady that is sitting there unbegrudgingly wanting to like turn her dress into a pantsuit right now. Like, she is very upset with how this skirt sits. But nothing that you would know of. She's just a very like adventuring kind of person. You might have somebody might have stumbled across her in their adventures, but she's very free spirit. That is kind of the way she rolls.
So she doesn't, as of yet, have a reputation. Nothing of note. No.
Nope. She comes from, like, you guys can tell by the dress she's wearing that it's more common. Like, it's not like she's not donning the like the richest of wares, but she also doesn't look like she cares about that. She looks like she more cares about the fun lifestyle that she's been living. Something more suitable rather than something more elegant. But you do notice the other girl at the table, Thea, her dress does seem a little bit more common, but like it seems like she's like really trying to like put on her best clothing. Her dress is a little more elegant, of a finer cut, but not as elegant as the Gallerina family or any of the clothes they're wearing. Yeah, she looks pensive right now. She looks like she's lost in thought. Moonwalker is just very excited, like munching on these these rolls at the table. She goes, "You gotta try some of these. These are really good." And it's just like, she goes,
I join in with Vietnam.
In regard to Theo, I'm letting the rest of them talk as Tanric mainly focuses on observing everyone except for Helfang.
Why?
Does she seem, and roll insight for this if need be, does she seem anxious as she's the kind of anxiety that comes with anticipation, or the kind of anxiety that comes from feeling out of place?
She seems like roll me an insight check, or if you did, what was it?
13. I'm a little distracted by the large hulking mass of hormone.
She looks like she looks like she is she looks like she's dead set on, like, she looks like she was thinking about something and her mind is made up, and she looks a little angry about something right now. Like, that is the vibe you get from her. Like, she definitely looks, she doesn't look okay. And yeah, Moonwalker kind of takes a look back at Thea and sees her face and just doesn't really say anything and turns back and like hands Leaf a roll. She's like, "You want to try one of these? These are really good." And she takes another bite out of it.
Is Thea looking or intensely not looking at our bride?
Roll me a perception check.
$17.
You are looking her dead in the eyes. She's looking at toward the bride, but not the bride. She's looking at the bride's father.
Okay.
From there, yeah, I mean, she just looks dead set, and
Resolved.
Yep.
But not happy about it.
Yes. She looks like whatever she is, though. She is like controlling it. Like she's not like if she isn't anxious, she's not like freaking out. At the table, you notice Hadrian kind of like look around and goes, "Well, who are you, fine folk? What brings you here?"
An invitation,
Yeah, that one.
a wide net, few fish.
For what was it, Norrutus?
Yes.
Are you friends with the man?
He helped my village once. And I told him I wanted to see this world, so I think that's why I got an invite.
Were there Kraken involved?
No. I don't think there is Krakens in the Feywild.
Norrutus and I have an agreement, so I believe I am here as part of fulfilling that. And perhaps as some entertainment. I am a bit of an interesting performer of sorts.
Yeah, you do those weird card things.
I do seances and readings, yes.
You should do one on me. I want to go to card reading.
Very well. And I kind of like clear some space. And I say, all right, put your hand on the tarot deck. Okay. So, I'm so excited I get to do this now. All right. I say, now think very hard. We're going to turn over 3 cards. The first will be your past. The second will be your present. And the third will be your future. So I want you to think hard of a question that you will ask the deck. And now we turn.
The dragon's a guest.
Oh.
Give me just a second. I have to make sure I'm looking at everything. This is a one. Nope. Sorry, this is going to take me a second. Here we are. The first card, the card of your past, the transmuter. The transmuter speaks of change. Something in your past you discovered, something new that has brought you to where you are. Your second card, the card of your present, and he cuts the deck and pulls out another card. The druid. Sorry, I just have to keep looking for it. The druid. Something has drawn you, something tumultuous. A battle, something cruel and ambivalent has drawn you away from your home to where you are now. Something you feel drawn to, an inner turmoil within your heart. And now for your future, the answer to your question. The hooded one reversed. Oh, this is not good, my friend. No, actually, this is all right. A mysterious newcomer has come into your life. Something you're not as sure about, but they will be bringing something soon that is going to bring you clarity. Something you didn't think you would have before. A tolerance of something you thought you would hate. And then I just sweep the cards away.
When that's said, I just look over at everyone at this table. Trying to work out what one it will be.
The Goliath just waves at you. It's like, hey!
It could be perhaps the Goliath.
A large part of what I do is bring in clarity to situations. If that's helpful in any way.
And you see, there we go.
What an
That
interesting
could he
time.
could possibly be the representative of the reversed hooded one. And I must say, since there is a hooded
How
one
about
sitting at
that
the
man
table,
with the hood? Could he be it?
I was going to say there is a man with a hood sitting at
A
our
little too old enough
table.
to be a
That's-
My hood
But
is
we have the
down.
hood reversed, which means that someone has revealed something. Someone
Which we
who's
have.
being truthful.
Yeah.
To answer
yeah.
your question, Hadrian, was it?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know exactly why I'm invited, but I came for a conversation. Figured a wedding would be interesting.
Yeah, well, yes. Usually, when I receive what I interpret as a coded message from Norrutus, it's because he intended to turn someone in for some nefarious deed. So I simply assumed that that's what was happening here, only to find out we're actually at a wedding. I'm quite
Look,
confused.
you knew him significantly longer than I had the pleasure, I guess, of knowing.
That's a low bar.
It's not very hard to beat in my world.
That's just fair.
Tanric, I have a question for you. Who's on that list of yours? Anyone to know?
He pulls out a significantly larger, thicker book.
Oh, God.
8 inches tall, probably 4 inches thick of very thin paper, the kind that they typically use in religious texts to save space. Well, that's not a short or complete list. Do you have any specific associates you'd like to check in on?
Yeah. Let me know about. There's just one named Earl.
E. Any monikers? Nicknames?
Oh, I mean,
In oh, hang on, I got an echo. Hello? Okay, cool. I think we're good.
We can hear you.
Tanric, in your notebook, I would say there is an elusive Earl that is in there. You don't have very much information on him at all, if anything. You do know that you have, like, in your time of like going to crime scenes and investigating different leads, you do know that at the end of a lot of your investigations that Earl, the name Earl has shown up where you find bodies generally.
Earl appears to be at large. It's a bit early in my investigation. He looked unreasonably proud of that one.
You see, the Goliath is like, that's a good one.
You know, Tanric, you're getting better at this comedy thing the more you try it.
Perhaps you're just becoming accustomed to genius.
I can say
I take that back.
I'm accustomed to genius. You see her like twirling her hair. At the other end of the table.
I don't think you are.
Wow.
He just slowly puts the book away and shrinks into his seat.
You see Hadrian look over and looks over at Mrs. Helfing and says, have you dealt with the situation yet? And she looks back and she goes, we're here for work, or we're here for pleasure, not work. Maybe we could talk about this another time. And Hadrian kind of looks back and says, I just need to know that Reed is gone. And he looks back at Mrs. Helfing, and Mrs. Helfing is like, child, I said I'd get him out. I'd get him out of wherever you needed. He's good. He is safe. And they're going back and forth about a situation that they're kind of involved in.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry to be so nosy, but Reed, was it that you were talking about? Are you?
Child, listen. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of different coals and different ovens. Reed's just this fellow. Long story short, I don't really like to dive into my business very much, but Reed's just a fellow that happened to get himself in a sticky situation and needed a lift out of town. So at this point, Rix, if you could roll me a d6, that would be fantastic.
No, no. I'm gonna say she's very stressed.
I would say intensely at this point.
That would be a solid 3.
That would be a 3.
Yeah, sure would be.
Good. Okay, so everybody at the table, you all notice Rick's active perception. If you have perception over, I'd say 12, or passive. I keep saying active.
Yeah.
Passive. Passive perception. If you notice, Rick stands up from the table and angrily walks out. Like just walks through one of the doors. You don't know which door, like or where it leads, but like leads somewhere else.
Gonna follow.
Lex, are you all right?
I'm
Okay.
just fine. And walks through the door. So at this point, I love the
Okay,
question.
hold on.
Did Rick's voice sound changed?
Nope.
Not that you've noticed. She
Okay,
sounds
as
exactly
someone
like
who
Rick's.
who makes their living with ghosts and can tell the difference in someone's personality, did I key into anything here?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself.
Can I also do this? We've been dealing with a lot of like face spirits and stuff.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
I was gonna say I good at picking up on slight personality shifts.
Fair enough. Everybody,
I'm gonna let him have that.
16.
20.
Nat 20.
nat 20.
Carry on.
24.
Wild.
Dirty 20.
Wild. What good rolls you have, man?
Hey, this is my only nat 20 this time.
The rest of you notice that Rix has got up from the table and left. Matt or Leaf, you notice something's a little off, but like you guys haven't known her that long, so something is very like it's hard to say if something is different in this person. But it does look like she was angry about something. It looks like while you guys were like figuring this out, though, she is like just roaming the halls. Like you can hear her off in the distance. Before you guys have the chance to respond to that, you notice at the end of the table, you see Eris is like opening a gift, like a little pink gift. And Mrs. Helfang goes, "Oh, sweetie, that's mine. I got that for you. You can drink it here whenever you want." And it's a little tea set. And it's a little bottle of tea. And she pops it off. You guys hear a little fizzle. And she starts drinking it. Go on. Back to you.
I'm
I'd like
gonna
to-
head out.
Follow Rick's, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay. You get up and you follow Rix like through the doorway that she went through. You look through the doorway, you see no sign of her.
Rix!
Leave, perhaps she wishes some alone time. She left in quite a huff, and really, at the end of the day, we are not very close to her. She may not want to share whatever is going on with us.
I just want to make sure she isn't lost. This is a big place.
There's 2 rooms.
There is more to the place on the bottom floor, but she is long gone that you can't see anything that Rix has done. She looks like she's just going to get some air. At this point, you see that the Alwyn, who is the head of the house, Alwyn Gallerina, stands up and straightens himself and looks over at Hadrian. Jesus Christ. Looks over at Hadrian. Sorry, notes. Looks over at Hadrian and gives him like an eye. And Hadrian like immediately looks back and gives him the same eye back. And both of them stand up from the table and walk through the a different door than Rix just walked through. Walk through like a door that goes sort of towards where the office was that you guys went
Who just
to.
went? Sorry.
I'm instantly following.
Hadrian.
Alwyn and Hadrian.
The father and the necromancer.
Okay.
They start walking. Before you have the chance to like start walking. I mean, you can, but before you have that chance, the Goliath sits at the table and she goes, "Leaf, where are you going?"
I'm going to find a bathroom.
"Oh, sweetheart, the bathroom's that way," and points to where Rix just went. She goes,
I'm going to find a more fancy bathroom.
Okay, that's weird. And she looks back and goes back to talking to Thea. If you follow, you notice that they both step into the office, and you hear the door lock behind them.
I'm gonna just put my big doe ears up against the door and try and listen in.
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. Yeah, that's not great. So -1. Oh, not bad though. 15.
15. You listen through, and all you can hear is like muffled sounds of them, like they don't sound like they're talking. They just sound like you can just like hear like things through the door, but you can't make out what it is. But it doesn't. You can't hear a conversation, is what I should say. And at that point, they're just standing on the other side of the door. You can try to go through the door if you'd like, or you can whatever you'd like to do.
I'm going to try and get the door open.
You're trying to get the door open. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead
It's
and.
the same office.
Yep, this is the same office.
Guidance.
Not unlocking the door this time.
So I'm trying to go edge my sword into this thin sword and try and pop it open.
You roll me a sleight of hand check.
Let's see, what is my sleight of hand? My sleight of hand's not bad. Oh, 24.
24. You pop that door right open. And oh boy, and Leaf.
Not subtle.
Man.
No, I'm not trying to be so.
Clearly.
Leaf, you notice them just sitting there, both sitting on the on the office desk, like they're just both smoking a cigarette. And they both immediately look over at you, and they're the head of the house is like, "What are you doing? You're a guest in our home. What are you doing? Did you just break that door open?"
Is this the bathroom?
No, this is obviously not the bathroom. Roll me a persuasion check. Deception check. Jesus Christ, not persuasion. But yes.
Fine. Let's go.
Like,
That's worse than it was, but still a good roll. What is my deception? I'm also guiding myself on this again. Always guide.
Yeah. It's just a good idea if you can.
I'm gonna guide myself.
That's 18.
18. You like go ahead and try to convince them that you're going to the bathroom for me, please.
I don't like the bathrooms over there because too many people use them. Normally I have my own spot that I use. So I was trying to find a private bathroom, and I thought this was weird because it's locked.
Go back to the table or find the bathroom. This is not it, young man.
Is there anything I can help with? You seem
Absolutely
really tense.
not. There is nothing you can help with.
You seem really tense.
He seems very angry. He looks at you and he's go back to the table.
Massage?
You will be removed from the premises. And he looks at you with
I close
daggers.
the door, and I am going to try and make it sound like it's shut fully, but not actually shut fully.
They are still looking directly at you right now.
Yeah, it's showing.
There's just frosted glass on the door. It's not like you like disappear.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not...
the glass door. I forgot the glass door.
They can still see your silhouette behind the door.
Yeah, of this ear.
We can still see you. No, you can't.
No.
Go to the table now.
I go back to the table.
As you guys are all sitting at the table, the ones that are still there right now, Rix, you are not there.
No, sure I'm not.
you all see Norrutus sitting at the head of the table, like talking about stories of his glory to his betrothed. He's like, yes, and oh, let me tell you about the time I rode the Kraken, and I rode him to his death. I boarded the ship, I jumped into the water, I grabbed him by his stupid face, pulled him to the depths of my depths where I was at on the ship, and I took him directly to the shore, where then I made a house out of him. Champion of Krakens. And she's like,
Do I walk past at this point? Or just when I'm still in there?
You're still in there for a second. You haven't heard this part yet, at least. But he's still going. He's yes, you know, they write stories about me. It's I don't know what I'd tell you, but all I can say is pow, and he does like a little muscle thing at the table, and Eris is like, just like she's smitten. She's just sitting there like completely obsessed with this man. And she kind of has like a little smile on her face, and she's like, I don't know. I didn't. It's just even more glorious seeing it in person. And he's like, I understand the feeling. I get it. Yeah, and everyone's kind of mingling with themselves at the table, still talking. You do know at this point, though, you do see Eris kind of look a little sick, like from passive perception. Like she just doesn't look okay. She looks a little green. Anything you want to do?
I would
What
like
am
to block that. I'd walk over to my lady. You are you well? Congratulations to the happy couple.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
I wish to give you the blessing of the beyond on your wedding, but also, my lady, are you all right?
Yeah, it must be. She looks over at Mrs. Helfing, and she's like you can see like she doesn't want to offend her. She's like, it must be something I drank or eaten. Eaten. Yeah, I'm gonna excuse myself to the little elf's room if that's okay. And she kind of stands.
As she's walking past, I'm just going to lay my hand on her shoulder for a second. Cast Lesser Restoration. My runes grow purple, and I'm going to try and heal this sickness, like poisoning or something.
Yeah. If you want to, that's just like D8 for lesser restoration. What, D4?
It just cures poisons.
It cures one stat.
That's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. You cast that on her. She still looks green. It doesn't look like it was a poison or anything. She just looks like she just is not feeling well.
Oh, so when I cast that spell, a bunch of mushrooms appeared in my hair and on my arms. And when I'm done it, they all just fall off and land on the ground. They're still there. They're just on the ground now.
Everyone at the tables.
Green as well.
I do want to. Emerald will stand up upon seeing her leave the room and follow her to the bathroom.
Absolutely. Norrutus does not leave the table. He sits at the table. But yeah, you see her like go off into the bathroom. She's in there like by herself. She goes into shuts the door, and you assume she's doing something that is not great. Not however you gotta put it. She's dropping a load. She's doing her thing. But she's in the bathroom by herself. Just in there, just doing her thing. Besides that, nobody else gets up from the table and follows her. She kind of stands up, and like she was the only one that got up from the table when she left, besides yourself. Are you staying by the door? Are you gonna completely up to you?
I think, yeah. You know, Emerald's going in and like pretending to fix up. Like obviously, like pulls out a compact again from like this area. It seems to be like a never-ending holding area.
Balls are bags of holding. I know how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
They are.
You do that from your bra of holding, and she she does that. She's just in there using the bathroom. Nothing too crazy. Cutting to who is still at the table right now, which is what, Leaf and Tanric and Autumn.
Yeah, and I actually sat down beside Norrutus when
Interesting.
Because I want to powwow with him a little bit.
I have been watching him like a hawk the entire time. Did he drink from the bottle of wine? Did anyone else?
No, it was a small little bottle, like of tea, assumably, is what it looked like, but nothing. No one else did. He was the only person that did.
Carry on. Sorry.
That makes my best friend Goliath grow.
Hey,
Walker.
I lost you there for a second.
I did find a bathroom.
Thea chimes in. She goes, "Please tell me where the bathroom is. I've been holding it for a very long time."
Oh, well, I would like to know that too. I couldn't find it.
Oh, and she kind of like drops back down.
We can go look for one later on, though. I don't think the head of the house is very happy.
She goes, I'm gonna go find one, please. I will be right back. And she stands up.
Let me know when you find it.
I will. And she makes her way through, and running, like, she runs past. She kind of goes through where the kitchen is. She's looking through. She has no idea where this bathroom is at. Norrutus is sitting at the table with the rest of you, and Mrs. Helfing is still there.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna make so Norrutus. You know me. I love my stories. How did you meet this fascinating young woman you are now lucky enough to call your bride? Though she is, of course, lucky to call you her husband. And I'm just schmoozing him as much as I can.
Oh, the way I met Eris, huh? So, funny story, right? Fighting off a pack of bandits, a pack. Like, how many bandits do you think are in a pack?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I do not tarry on the road much enough to warn at bandits, but I would say perhaps 15, 20.
Fair
At
enough.
least 3.
At least 3? There is 39 bandits. I am fighting 39 bandits single-handedly, mind you.
Do I need to roll insight? It seems.
Yeah, I want to roll an
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like we can't fail this insight check.
Roll me an insight at advantage.
Oh, advantage? All right. Well, first was
DC 5.
DC 5. Yes, 16.
I get that without rolling.
22. Yeah. I also get that rolling.
Yeah, he's full of shit. He's lying through his teeth.
course he is.
Whatever he's saying is definitely like garbage. So there I was, right? I'm kicking the shit out of these bandits. All of a sudden, after I killed 38 of them. The last one was like using a sending stone to contact his mother. Beat his ass right before he can do it. Hilarious. Yeah. So
Is
so
that
then,
not a bit disrespectful, not letting him have his last words?
no, I actually I paid for his mother's. I paid for the funeral. Now his mother. We're friends. We talk a lot, like all the time. Now.
That doesn't make it better. You didn't give him his last words.
No, I did not. I champion of Krakens is kind of a thing that already should give him a moment of enlightenment, if you know what I mean.
And say check this champion of Kraken bullshit.
Would
I mean, I feel like we all know none of this is true
We
at this
all.
point.
It's all.
Yeah, without an insight check, you've already rolled an insight check. Champion Krakens is bullshit.
How big was the Kraken when you fought it?
How big are Krakens normally? You ask. I'll answer. Rhetorical. You don't have to say anything. So, the Kraken, 150 feet, and that was just one leg of him, right? The other leg, at like 300, is a big old. He's got giant legs, body, ginormous. Yeah, it was wild. It was very wild. Extremely.
So what did you do
fun.
about the quills?
I ripped them off with my teeth.
When you came to the Feywild, what did you fight?
He goes back to drinking his drink. He's like, I'll get back to that question. I need a moment to refresh myself.
Yeah.
And
of course, our Autumn knows Krakens don't have quills, so
he straightens himself up, and he's like, I will be right back. And goes out like towards the Great Hall, past the bathrooms, just to like go by himself for a minute.
What am I doing?
I thought he was a hero.
He is. He's a hero that walked out of the room.
he's a hero of his own mind.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
That's a good question, Rex. So left at the table is everybody. We will come back to Emerald, who is sitting right next to Eris, and you just hear her finish up. She walks out of the bathroom. She looks okay. She goes, I I'm gonna take a small break to myself for a moment, if you don't mind. I need to sit. I think the food has gotten to me a little bit. She looks fine though. She doesn't look like visibly. She doesn't look sick anymore. She just looks tired.
Yes, I just wanted to extend my, my services, I guess. I mean, it seems like this is a small wedding for a reason, and your dad still seems awful angry.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't see Norrutus like I do. And
Yeah.
that's okay. He makes me happy. And
All right. I want to roll an Arcana check on this girl. I'm looking for charm spells.
Be obliged.
Magical roofies.
Yeah, that's gonna be all right. That's a 15.
She is not charmed. You do not know. She is like genuine. She's a genuine young lady in love. She looks like from what you can tell, like she has a skewed view of what Norrutus may really be compared to what the rest of you know him as. She looks at you and she goes, "Have you ever looked in someone's eyes and you know that you're going to be with them for the rest of your life?"
Yes. Just I don't think in the romantic sense.
Is there more?
So much more. Listen, there's a lot out there. I have someone who I care very deeply about, but I don't think we'd ever be together like you and Norrutus, but I know I'll be with him for the rest of my life.
That's beautiful. I can't say. I don't know. It feels like you have the same feeling as I do.
I think we're kindred spirits.
I think we are too. What is your name again? One more time.
Emerald Rich.
Emerald Rich.
I'm with the Verdant Court.
Emerald. Oh, the Verdant. Interesting.
Yeah.
My daddy does a lot of stuff with the Verdant Court. That's extremely interesting. I don't know a lot about them myself, but I know my dad is God. They helped him build his business. That is incredible.
Yeah, you pretty closely with the man that I'm gonna be with for a long time.
She sits there and she goes, "I'm so happy to have people as close as yourself at this event. I know a lot of people turn it down because they don't see what true love is, but it makes me very happy that the Verdant Court would send some of their best, assumably, to spend this egregious evening with us."
Yes, and I know the Green Lord wishes he could be here himself, of course, to bless this union, but just know that we're with you.
Thank you so much. And she puts a hand on your shoulder and she like kind of like she smiles and you see her face kind of light up a little red and she's like, "I don't really have a lot of friends, so this is new to me. Thank you very much."
Of course, and I'll give you a minute, like you said, but just know if you need to tell me anything, Emerald, I'm right here for you. Tell me all your secrets, okay?
I definitely will. She stands up and she starts walking like down the hall a little bit more towards her, like where assumably her room is, or actually the way it would be it would connect to the doorway. Like it's the room past the offices. So like assumably they're all connected at some adjoining part. Because that's her daddy's like area too. But as she goes in the room, she shuts the door. That's it. There's nobody else out in the hallway right now. It's pretty quiet. Norrutus did pass by you. He's out of sight. You can't see him anymore. Nobody followed past him. You don't see Rix anywhere. And you, yeah. What would you like to do?
Is there anywhere for me to snoop or break into?
At the moment, you the only places that you know of would essentially be the office is right by you. The courtyard is the other part that takes up this manor, so that would just be the outside.
Would love to go back into the office.
Is there not still the two people fighting in the office?
Yes, they're still in the office.
Nice.
Don't think I know that.
Nope.
Before that, we're going to cut
Right.
over to the table really quickly. At this point, you notice that the Goliath is like hesitant looking for her friend. She stands up. She goes, "I will be right back. I'm going to go try to find my friend, if that's okay."
Do you want help?
Yeah, sure. That would be awesome.
I'll go with her.
You go. You start walking with her.
Everyone's abandoning the table. Not being direct.
Oh, yeah, that's
This
Henrik,
is
you
very
come
odd.
too. Henrik, you
How
come too.
weird.
I'm trying to save you here. I say in Sylvan.
So, you gonna stay at the table? Maybe we should hang out at
Nope,
the table.
I'm
We can
pulling
use Laura's
Henrik with
place.
me.
Ah, all right. Well, listen.
I would like to remain in a well-lit area, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind, listen. You can sit right next to me. Maybe even on my lap, sweetheart. Where are you going? You just gonna keep going? You gonna keep walking? Okay. Well,
No,
I'm
actually,
just going to stay here with
Henrik-
Norrutus.
Henrik, reading the room, doesn't seem keen on leaving the dining area.
Okay.
He's hesitantly looks at the large half-orc woman, sighs audibly and visibly, but sits down.
ooh. You were entranced by the little thing that I have brought you here today, huh? Little old me.
I am, in fact, riveted by your presence.
Oh, you don't have to say it. You don't have to make a thing of it. But sweetheart, just know I am also riveted.
I just turn to the Goliath and just be like, she might eat Henrik.
I cannot make any bold promises that I will not, but he is one tasty, delicious snack. I will tell you that myself right now.
No.
As that happens, Leland, you hear Leland kind of yell from the other room and say, Mrs. Helfang, if you don't mind, I need your help for just a moment. And she goes, alrighty. Well, I guess I got another piece of man that's looking for me right now. I'll be right back, little sweetheart. And she taps you on the nose as she gets up and starts leaving. She's like, yeah, it almost like breaks you.
Yeah, a little too hard.
At that moment, everybody is like shuffling around. Emerald, you don't necessarily see anybody like in the hallways and stuff. You kind of go back to the office area. At this moment, still sitting at the tables. What? Autumn, Tanric, Leaf. Are you follow the Goliath?
Norrutus.
Norrutus left. He's outside.
Oh,
so
right.
it's just you guys at the table, just the two of you.
Wild.
At this point, yeah, Emerald, what would you like to do for the moment?
Well, can I hear people arguing in the office?
It sounds quiet in there right now. You can't really hear anything.
I will take my lock picks out if it's locked and try to get myself in there.
You go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
That's gonna be good because I have proficiency in this. Is going to be a 22.
A 22. You get the lock open. The door opens up, and inside the office, there's nothing in there. Look, there's nobody left in the office area right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to go in and start snooping.
Interesting. Okay. Emerald, you walk in, you start snooping. You do hear like a door shut to the other room, like where he went the other time when he left from you guys. So that door opens and shuts. It sounds like he's back out in the hallway area with somebody. You hear a couple doors shut and open in the hallway as you're snooping around in here. At this point, you snoop through. There is a desk. There is a couple things scattered around. It looks like you do see that one of there's a little purple gemstone sitting on the ground from where they were standing. It looks like one of the ones that was on Hadrian's suit. And there's a dragon.
Dragon, man, it's going crazy.
That was just a baby dragon. It's okay.
Emerald, you don't find anything just yet. But while you guys are all searching around and trying to figure stuff out, Leaf, you're walking around with the Goliath right now, yes? Rix, you make your way back. You are good. You feel good. You're back to yourself. Yeah? You're back in the room, like the dining room with everybody. At this point, everybody, you hear a sound, and everything gets quiet. You hear a scream. You can't hear where the scream is coming from, but you hear an audible scream that is coming from one side of the house. Emerald, you hear it a little louder than the rest of those two. As that scream echoes through the chambers, everybody from all over starts running. And
take off.
Yeah.
Everybody runs to the sound of the scream. Emerald, all you have to do is open these two doors, and in front of you, and then entering the room from all sides is Norrutus, cradling the body of Eris in his hand, bloody, and blood is leaking off Eris, and she doesn't look like she is still alive. Norrutus at this point is holding the body, like weeping and crying. You see this sulked man, just kind of hurt, and holding on. You see him just sobbing and weeping and crying and broken. And that's the scene you walk into, everybody.
What?
I turned to Tarek and just be like, I'm guessing this isn't normal at weddings.
Norrutus turns back and looks at all of you and goes, "It's not what you think, I promise!"
Then what happened?
And so we're going to end session 1, everybody.
Oh,
I knew that's where you were going to end it.
Well done.
Where else could he?
Oh, what a time. I hope everybody at home really enjoyed watching.
Love you.
And I hope you come back for the next session. And we will have a lot more fun to play with next time. I love all you guys at home. Thank you for watching the first session of Tales of Initiative. I hope you come back and enjoy the cool things we do next time. So enjoy the rest of your nights, everybody. Have a very murder mystery day.
Love you.
Bye, guys.